Showtime. What up, though? What's popping? What's happening? What's going on? You're back in the lab with your favorite neighbor, your man Mark Nash. He is I am he. Another great episode of Breaking Beats. How y'all feel? What's the deal? All right. Should be a good one, man. Should be a good one. The Bronze Bomber Deontay Wilder is back in the news. Delivered a series of explosive, he did an explosive interview. Got some good hot takes in there too. So we're going to talk about that and break it down round for round. That's only we can do it over here. This should be interesting. Wow, he kind of goes off on this interview. Got a couple good takes in there we're going to talk about. Got to talk about it. It should be interesting. Also on the docket, I'd be remiss if we didn't get into a little hip hop debate that's going on. 50 Cent sparked it. You know how 50 Cent do. So we're going to talk about that on this episode as well. Said Jay-Z and Eminem. He said Eminem has had a larger impact on hip hop than Jay-Z. Do you agree? Do you agree with 50 Cent? Eminem's impact on hip hop is bigger than Jay-Z's. We'll see. We'll talk about it. So without further ado, you know what we do around this time. I'm gonna run this intro. Gonna come back with some boxing talk, get into a little bit of this hip hop talk as well. In the meantime, smash the like button on the way into the room. Drop your area code if this is your first time on the show. Let people know what side of the earth you roaming the turf. It's your man Mark Nash, Breaking Beats. Let's get it, baby.
This is my passion. This is what I love to do. But some days, sometimes, I'm just like you, man. I hate this job. Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate my job. Damn, I hate this job. I'm just like you. Damn, I hate this job. Man, I hate this job. Man, I hate my job. From a good dream I wake, sun rays on my face, planning out my day, hoping this ain't the one that I catch a case. I feel so good, I feel so straight. My manager keep calling me saying, hurry up, you late. Hurry up, you lay off. Y'all, man, I hate this job. Man, I hate this job. Been trying to play it cool, but it's hard to play it off. I've been hanging on to this bullshit, cause my car still ain't paid off. I know I'm on my way up. My boy just got laid off, so y'all, man, I hate this job. Man, I hate this job. These hoes is so ratchet. These hoes is so sneaky. Y'all don't even really pay enough for y'all to only pay bi-weekly. I'm trying to double up my cash. Take this job, shove it up your ass. Yo, man, I hate this job. Sometimes I wanna say, walk in and slap my boss. This shit is getting hard. Damn, I hate this job. Gotta make it out of this struggle, bruh. And I don't really mean to take it out on you. You just a customer, but damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate my job. Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate my job. Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate my job. Damn, I hate this job. We're the reason why your stockholders always stay afloat. Yet I'm asking, are they hiring? Like everywhere I go, schedule will say 9, but I think it's fine if I clock in at 9:04. I work 40 hours a week plus overtime just to be bro. So y'all, man, I hate this job. Hate that I applied. So much has transpired since the day that I was high. Told me I could advance, but you were telling me lies. Gotta give your notice before I quit, but you don't say shit right before I'm fired. Damn, man, I hate this job. Sometimes I wanna say, walk in and slap my boss. This shit is getting hard. Damn, I hate this job. Gotta make it out of this struggle, bruh. And I don't really mean to take it out on you. You just a customer, but damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate my job. Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate my job. Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate my job. Damn, I hate this job. You and your procedures, you and your protocol, you and your policies, none of that shit don't apply to me. You and your quotas, you and your standards, you and your 2 sick days a year. Y'all niggas bananas. Wonder why the postman's posted with hammers, going postal with Popo on camera. His wage got him enraged, stressed out, it's hard to maintain. He flips the middle, grabs his He said if you don't get the picture, I quit, you ain't shit. Mother, man, I hate this job. Sometimes I wanna say, walk in and slap my boss. This shit is getting hard. Damn, I hate this job. Gotta make it out of this struggle, bruh. And I don't really mean to take it out on you. You just a customer, but damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate my job. Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate my job. Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate my job. Damn, I hate this job. Look, man, I hate this job. I put my pants on one leg at a time, just like you. I'm out here trying to take care of my family. Damn, I hate this job. It's not always glamorous, for real. But I do what I gotta do for me and mine, you know? Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate my job. Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate my job. Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate my job. Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate my job. Damn, I hate this job. I'm just like you, nigga. Damn, I hate this job. Man, I hate this job. Man, I hate my job.
The views and opinions expressed in this program are those of the speakers, commentators, experts, and or the hosts. They do not explicitly nor necessarily reflect nor represent the channel's policy or the views held by the channel or broadcaster. The broadcaster or its channel cannot be held accountable for all or any views expressed during the program. Basically, if I didn't say it, don't come for me. You come for the person who said it. And please don't sue me for somebody else's words. With that said, let's start the show, motherfucker.
This that squad sound.
Yeah. What up, though? What's poppin'? What's going on? How y'all feel, man? What's the damn deal? What's the deal? Back in the lab with your favorite neighbor, your man Mark Nash. He is I am he. Another great episode of Breaking Beats. You already know what we're gonna do. We're gonna break down the business, entertainment, art, technology, sports, and anything else you and I feel like talking about. It's a hip-hop political sports show with a comedy twist. We like to let the jokes fly because life is serious enough, man. Life is getting real serious in this boxing side of the game, man. Yo, Deontay Wilder, the Bronze Bomber, delivers an explosive interview, and he clears the air, man. He getting it off his chest, man. Shout out to my guy Ellie Setback for the clips. Ellie's always doing major things out here. Oh my goodness, we got to jump right into it, man. Let me do a neighbors only roll call. Do a quick neighbors only roll call, and we're gonna jump right into the schmizoke. Oh my goodness. Let me do this. Boom, boom, boom. Let's go ahead and do this neighbors only roll call, because without the neighbors, the show would not be the show at this level. Let me give everybody a shout out. All right, let's do it. What up? All right, let's do it. Let's take it from the top. Wrong button. Here we go. Shout out to my boy Puro. What up? Stephen Bateman, all the way in Australia. Mama, we made it. What up, gangsta? Food Revolution. What up? C Jones 0224. What up? Sweaty Teddy. What up? That guy Clips 330. What up? KP from KC5. What up? Adam Kelly. What up? T. What up? Matt Wade. What up? DJ. What up? Karma Serene. What up? Kansas City Mac. What up? Ill Status Boxing. What up? Ace Retro. What up? Tank the Sweet Signs Examiner. What up? Beyond and Above Media. What up? Pittsburgh T. What up? SF City Slicker. What up? I Know Boxing. What up? Boxing Lounge. It's Mex, Mike from Boston, Ride of the Storm, Here to There, Miss Queen Sun Kissed. Where we at? Lost my spot. There we go. Taylor Bell, Maddie Yoel, Cliff Bailey, Con Shonery, Lisa Bell, she never fails. Cooking with the Champ. On the mic with Terrence Bailey Sr. True Media Today, USA Boxing. That's my guy, Coach Malachi Williams. Where we at? HLD, Cooking with Sir Senior, Brandon Washington, Born Supreme, Lady Shan Dundem Season, my UK girl all the way in London town. Dub Right Side, D Bevel the Champ, and of course the big fish himself, my good brother Derek Lincoln. What up, gangsta? Yeah, man. Like we do it this time. Gonna jump right into this one. What up, though? Shout out to Real Talk Mafia. What's poppin', my G? Oh man, let's get right into the smoke. Oh, we gotta get into it. So your boy, the bronze bomber Deontay Wilder, is out here addressing, airing it out. He's airing it out, man. He was like, yo, I'm tired of seeing my legends out here broke. Dude's doing bad out here. Wow. We're gonna talk about it. Let me share. Let me see where this clip at. We're gonna play the clip. It's a couple of them. So shout out to Ellie. It's not all together, so you gotta find them and put them in pieces though. Got a bunch of clips. He talks about fighting Francis Ngannou. I ain't gonna play that. I want to get into what he's exposing. Talking about I'm tired of seeing these fighters broke. Talking about another thing. He said, then he talks about Anthony Joshua don't want to fight him. Oh wow. It's about to get crazy on this one. Let me see. Where's the first clip at? Let's take it from here. Hold on, let me go back. It's one before this. Cause you talking about Andy Ruiz. So when you fight me, you're gonna need some extra help and all that stuff. So let's go back. Let's go right here. Let's play this one first. Let's play this one. All right, let me share the screen so y'all can hear the audio. Make sure y'all can hear the audio. All right, so I got the screen. Okay, here we go.
Needs you though.
All right, let's play some of this. Let's jump right into it. Shout out to everybody pulling up. Smash the like button on the way into the room. Ride of the Storm, what up? Clips, what up? Yeah, Wilder going off in this interview. I love the energy. And here I am thinking we just gonna have a regular Tuesday night and I'm gonna just talk about some hip hop or something. But God said, you will talk about some boxing tonight. All right. Let's take it from the tippity on this one right here. Because he's gonna talk about a lot of things, but I want to cut to this other one too. Let me make sure I got the audio for that. But he's talking about how fighters tired of seeing my Yeah, I got kicked off. All right, I'm back now. All right, yo, that was crazy. Damn, the PBC did it. They infiltrated me. All right, here we go. Yeah, I'm back. He said regular. He said, nah, nigga, this is breaking beats. We don't do no regular in the neighborhoods. Salute. All right, so look, let me share the screen so we can get this audio back going. All right.
One at a
You know what I mean? Because what they can do to me, stop me from fighting. I don't need the money. I don't need boxing no more.
Boxing needs you though.
You feel me?
Yep.
All the way through. So when you in that position, what they gonna do? Shut up and listen. That's just what it is. Because I ain't gonna be here long. I ain't gonna be here long. What they gonna do? We just gonna ride it out. But what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna start it off to somebody else that's gonna believe.
Let's go. He talking to Malik Scott right now too.
Listen, that's ears in it.
So let me ask you this.
That is.
Nah, Ellie, shut up. Let him get his bars off.
In it. That's something, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm gonna spark it off to them. I'm gonna spark it off. I may not can change it all, but I'm gonna spark it out to somebody else that's in it, and then they gonna spark it.
Start the snowball and let it roll down the hill.
And then you're gonna figure it out because I care so much about fighters, period. No matter what, period. And when you look around and you see, man, we've been mistreated, we've been done wrong for years.
He said we ain't been mistreated, been done wrong. He was like, I'm tired of seeing these guys broke.
It's upon years since the history of this thing, and I'm sick of it. I'm sick of seeing fighters not having that. I'm sick of seeing going to the Hall of Fame, seeing old fighters slurring and shit. That shit's sad, bro. Yeah. That shit do not look at, as a fighter, as a champion. You get all your bruises and shit when you in your career. When it's outside your career, you're supposed to be looking like me right now today.
Let's see the watch.
You understand me?
Look at that. I need
this is what you're
sunglasses.
supposed to look like when you retire.
What is that?
See, he's trying to have a real conversation, and Ellie's up there. Can I see your watch? What kind of watch is that? How many? Like, come on, Ellie, man, you missing the moment right here, bro. I like Ellie, but he missing it right here on this spot.
Let's see the watch.
You understand me?
Look at that. I need
this is what you're
sunglasses.
supposed to look like when you retire.
What is that?
Not beat up and all that and shit, and starving and shit, and we just look at them like everybody going, that's a bad motherfucker. Yeah. That was a bad.
I hear that all the time.
That's all we gonna get.
But they don't have $1. Yep.
They don't have $1. You can't even support their kids. I don't want the fame and the notoriety of what I did.
Talk that talk, D.
Give me my finances. Don't steal from me. Treat me right. Give me benefits.
Yep.
Give me benefits. Weren't we just talking about this the other day? We was just talking about this the other day. Shout out to Deontay Wilder. He's speaking some truth right here. He said, somebody working that damn heavy bag in the background, I swear. Yeah, they getting it in. Let's go.
It's just like a real sport if y'all want to call it.
I think that's the sound like they hitting the speed bag though. It might be the speed bag or something. That shit gonna do, whatever they hitting some bag in there.
Because if you're gonna call it that, give us the benefit. If not, then continue as a business and tell the truth.
Y'all see my boy over there on the speed bag behind him. Yeah.
Right. That's just where I am.
Okay.
All right. Now that's not all he said, man. He had a lot to say, man. Let's play this other one. Let's play this other clip because he's going in. Tyson Fury and the Kenny Cartel Rob Wilder of a knockout with. Listen to Joe Rogan said that. This is Joe Rogan is talking about he said the mob was financially involved in this fight on Fury's behalf, rules out the thought of speculation. Damn, that's what Joe Rogan said. Shout out to Art Man the Great. Let me play this. Y'all let me know if y'all can hear this. Yeah, okay. We're gonna get to that. Because Wilder was up there saying, yo, when they asked him who gonna win between Usyk and Fury, he said, whoever cheats the hardest, whoever cheats the best. I was like, what? Put a case on it, bro. That's what you. All right. I ain't mad. Shout out to Lisa Bells. What up? All right, look, so let me play this clip right here. I need to find it. It's right here. It's shit. It ain't gonna be too hard to find. It's rolling around it. Scroll to the top. Because my man Wilder's. What the hell is going on here? Oh, because he was talking about the pay. He was like, yo, another thing gonna stop you damn fighters not getting their money. And I was like, what is he talking about? I thought everybody thought they getting big money, living in big old mansions, and thought everything was on the up and up. Let me see. Let me get back to it now. Wilder said he believes Joshua's ducking him. He says, Anthony Joshua don't want to fight me. It's plain and clear. I don't know why people keep asking about that. Eventually, he said everybody should have known when the 50 million was offered and he didn't take it. Even moving forward, Joshua don't want to fight me. All right, we'll talk about it. Let me see. Is this the one? He said the Ruiz fight is happening next. Look for, here we go. Here we go. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Yeah, so you ain't gotta like everything about this man, but I'm telling you, I think he got a point when he says this right here. Let me share my screen. This is via Twitter, courtesy of Ellie Setback. Let's check this audio out. Watch this, y'all. Y'all tell me what y'all think of this. And I'm gonna open the phone lines up too. I gotta hear this. I gotta hear it.
Another thing we're gonna change about these fights, about getting this money. Stop getting this money when it's over. You gotta pay me after the time the fight is over with. That's what other fighters gotta get to too. Waiting and all that. Because any other business shit, after the job done, we want your money. We didn't want to wait no month or 2 weeks or 3. We need it now. That's another thing that needs to be changed.
It's my money and I want it now. Did you hear him? Now, AB been talking about this. We've heard other fighters talk about this. Wow, this guy's saying, I don't think he's talking about himself. Like, yo, they held my check up and I didn't get my money. He's talking about the other fighters, the up and comings. Listen to this again.
Another thing we're gonna change about these fights, about getting this money. Stop getting this money when it's over. You gotta pay me after the time the fight is over with. That's what other fighters gotta get to too. Waiting and all that. Because any other business shit, after the job done, we want your money. We didn't want to wait no month or 2 weeks or 3. We need it now. That's another thing that needs to be changed. Another thing we're gonna change about these fights, about getting this money.
What y'all think of that? Reporting. My man said, yo. He said fighters not getting paid right away. Sometimes it's weeks, it's a month to get your paperwork. AB said that. Floyd even said it. Remember, Logan Paul said it. It's like, where's the damn money? Floyd was like, well, shoot, I'm still waiting for some checks from years ago. Everybody don't want to wait to get their money like that. That's crazy. And now here Wilder's out here talking about it. Said another thing we're gonna fix is fighters not getting this damn money when they supposed to be getting their money. What do y'all think it is? I see a lot of people in the chat, a lot of people watching. Nobody got a comment on this? Nobody got anything to say? I see a lot of salutes and a lot of peace out there. What y'all think of what the man's saying? I gotta know that. Let me hear it. Let's see what they saying. Stephen Bateman said a few people have said it before. Goes unnoticed though, right? I know Box here said Martin Nash, he probably talking about Regis Prograde not getting, no, he's not talking about Regis Prograde got paid. He did get paid. He didn't have to wait weeks and months. It didn't take weeks and months. I don't think you're talking about Regis. I think you're talking about that business model.
Another thing we're gonna change about these fights, about getting this money. Stop getting this money when it's over. You gotta pay me after the time the fight is over with. That's what.
Yeah. Because Regis got a check. It just didn't clear because of the bank. But Regis got a check. They just put a hold on it because it was a new account and it was a lot of money. So they put a hold on it. But yeah, man, I don't think he's talking about Regis. He's talking about people waiting weeks, months. What'd he say? He ain't talking about somebody giving you the check and it's a hold on it because it's a big check.
Other fighters gotta get to too. Waiting and all that. Because any other business shit, after the job done, we want your money. We didn't want to wait no month or 2 weeks or 3. We need it now. That's another thing that needs to be changed. Another thing.
Why is that though? Why do y'all think that is happening? Why is it taking so long to pay these fighters? Why is it taking so long to pay these fighters? I'm opening phone lines up. I'm gonna drop the link. We're gonna have a good conversation. We're gonna chop it up. I want to know. Phone booth boxing. What up, homie? It's taking so long to pay these fighters. What is Deontay Wilder talking about? Is he exposing? I remember AB said it. People thought AB was crazy. Logan Paul said it. Floyd even came out and said, yeah, I've been waiting. I'm still getting checks. from years ago. Now, is he talking about residuals? Is he talking about licensing? Or is he talking about you still waiting for the rest of your purse? This is crazy, fam. Now, gotta play some more of this. We gotta play something else. Let me see what else. What do you say right here? What's this one? Okay. This him talking about the Ruiz fighting next. Let's
and it's just location.
So you and Andy, IBF just ordered something.
Me and Andy, I mean, everything's still working. We're still looking for location right now. I think the biggest thing for me and Andy is just location. You know, because I got a lot of meetings.
It said location. The biggest thing is location, but shit. Wilder fought when? When did the last time Wilder fight? And when did the last time Ruiz fight? They just now looking for a location. Wilder fought a one-rounder. Why you can't fight in March? What's going on? Why you couldn't fight in March? Lil Birdie told me he wanted to fight in March. They talking about pushing this shit out to June.
They never heard of it.
Okay. We're gonna talk about it. Haplo said taxation without representation. I know Boxing said okay, I read it down. I think he's talking about the BLK. I think he's talking about BLK Prime and their bad business model because he's still with PBC. Man, Wilder's a free agent, man. Al Heyman advises him. He's not signed to he don't have to fight on Showtime or Fox. Nah, man. BLK Prime just got here. So how is he talking about BLK Prime? I know Boxing. They just got here. Nobody's been out there saying they didn't get that money from BLK Prime. You just make that up. Come on, I know Boxing. Do better, man. Do better. I've interviewed several people already, and none of them said nothing like that about BLK Prime. Nobody. None of them said that. You just make that up. Clips, what up?
Man, what's going on? What's happening, neighbors? How's everybody doing?
What up, Nick?
Man, enjoying it, man. I really do feel like Deontay found him a second purpose after the third Fury fight. Maybe he needed some time in the studio. Maybe he needed to go on and, drop that little mixtape, and he had to think about it. But I do like this refocused and repurposed Deontay Wilder that is more vocal about fighters' rights and advocating for fighters' rights and more financial literacy and empowerment for these warriors who go out here. And it has been, the rule of thumb and common practice within the industry for so long to treat them like gladiators in the Coliseum. And it's like, no, we're not gladiators in the Coliseum. We are men, we are professional athletes, and we have given y'all our blood, sweat, and tears for breadcrumbs, and that's no longer acceptable. And shout out for Deontay for putting his foot down. We need the bigger voices in the sport to be more vocal. If not, it's never going to change.
All right, shout out to Suge Knight Cigar. I see you. Real Talk Mafia, what up? All right, let me play the rest of this.
A lot of different people and stuff like that, and it's coming. I want to fight Andy. I hope he want to fight me.
He said, I hope Andy wants to fight me. You think Andy Ruiz want to fight Deontay Wilder?
I don't see Andy Ruiz as ducking no smoke from nobody. I know, if Andy Ruiz is a smart man, which I don't believe he's a dummy, he's aware of how dangerous a fight with Deontay Wilder could be for him potentially, but I don't think he's scared. I think maybe right now Andy's team probably is leveraging for a better deal to make sure that he gets the most bang for his buck, because he definitely will get his ass banged. Pause.
Well, shit, he got two good fights on his resume. He got Ortiz and he got AJ as two big wins on his resume. Give me Wilder's two biggest wins. I'm just being fair. Let's go.
Wilder's two biggest wins, I would have to say, would probably have to be, because you want to put the Ortiz or whatever in there, but yeah, actually, technically, Andy Ruiz got, you're right. Andy Ruiz got two very. He's got a champion like AJ under his belt. I'm trying to think the champion who Wilder got his belt from. I'm trying to think, is that a more attractive name? And I don't think so.
Oh, you said who Wilder got his belt from?
Yeah,
Bermain Stavern.
exactly. That's what I'm saying. I'm thinking about it. I'm like, is that an attractive name? Is that really something that you want to throw on the resume and you know, and put the highlighter over it? Like, yo, you remember that Stavern fight? It's like, who?
Yeah, he went 12 with him when he took the belt. Second time, he destroyed him.
That's when the boy bent over backwards and his knee went one way.
Yeah, that was crazy. Yeah, that was crazy. That was brutal. All right. Let's hear what else he got to say about Andy Ruiz, and we'll come back.
I've been, as people update me on things, I hear he's been talking and all that and stuff like that. But I also hear a lot of other things. So, but keep talking though. Keep boosting it up, because when everything signs to deliver and put on play, it ain't no more play. It ain't no more turning around. It ain't no more saying, I'm sorry, my bad, or I was just, man, you know, we just gotta promote this thing, because we know Deontay Wilder is serious with what he do. And when I come in here, I come to compete against you. And that's it though. While we at the highest level, I'm going hard with it. You understand me? So when I get in the room with you, you already know what I'm
Hardest hitting puncher in boxing.
Hardest hitting puncher in the history.
In the history of boxing.
I'm a real true one hitter.
Yep.
Quitter. And it's just what it is.
We saw your last fight.
It's just how many others fight
Okay.
before the
Okay. All right. He back, man. He back feeling himself, man. Feeling good. I think what do you think about Wilder and Ruiz, man? How you see that fight going?
I see Wilder getting the win with a similar off the back foot, kind of catching Andy, try to rush in to close the distance and hitting him with that power. I am extremely concerned with Wilder getting caught with that loop shot. It's a dangerous. The temple shots are dangerous. Dangerous punches, and for some reason, I don't know, a lot of black fighters, I don't know, we've been real susceptible, and this goes back to even in the 80s when I was watching boxing. I've noticed what we saw with Floyd and Maidana, the looping, clubbing punches, somehow, you know, when most African-American boxers mix in and do the 50-50 exchanges, that looping punch has never been, especially black heavyweights, never really been their friend. And so I just worry about Deontay getting into an exchange and possibly catching a clubbing punch that just catches him off balance and gives Andy Ruiz the confidence, or maybe even gives him a knockdown or two, and it starts changing the color of the fight.
Okay.
But outside that looping punch, though, I see it as a safe and a good win for Deontay Wilder. I see it as a fight worth watching. I don't see it like it's like, oh man, Deontay's going to win. Ain't no sense in watching this. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely going to be worth the watch. But I really do think the only thing Andy's really got to depend on is a 50-50 exchange where he catches Deontay with a looping overhead right, followed by that left.
What you think about him still? By him bringing up the when he said Usyk asked who win, he said, he says, it's all about who cheats the. Here we go. He said it depends on who cheats the hardest. Asked him about who wins between him and Usyk. I mean, between Fury and Usyk.
I understand. However, at this point, there is no doubt that Deontay is still a little salty about the whole Fury situation. We'll say it that way. And so when speaking about Tyson Fury, it's not like, oh, okay, you just roll your eyes when Deontay starts speaking about Fury, but you do got to keep in mind where he's coming from.
What you mean where he's coming from?
He don't like the man. He thinks the man's a cheat. He thinks the man's dirty. I don't know why he would say whoever cheats the most, because that almost implies that he thinks Alexander Usyk be out here playing dirty too. And so, me personally, if I was doing the interview, that would be you know what I'm saying, what I would really lead. That would be the next line.
You would have followed up on that?
Oh, I'd have leaned in so tough on that. So what you mean? What about, I mean, I know your history with Tyson Fury, but when you're saying that Alexander Usyk does things too, he would have had to definitely give me some more audio on that.
Let me play what Joe Rogan had to say about this. It seems like it looked like somebody saying Joe Rogan thinks it was some cheating going on here. Let's play this.
This was the extremely long count. That didn't even make sense. But there was some controversy about this fight. And one of the controversies was the extremely long counts when Tyson Fury went down. Cormier believes Fury benefited from crazy slow count. That's right. After being knocked down by Wilder. Daniel Cormier believes the referee made a bad call in the 4th round versus Fury versus Wilder 3. Well, he's correct. This is what happened. The count is supposed to, the referee is supposed to go 1, 2 when the guy goes down. But if for any reason he has to interrupt the count because the fighter, the opponent needs to be told to go to the neutral corner, you're supposed to pick up the count where the ringside counter has it. So there's a guy who's counting ringside and he'll keep the count going. So if you're at 1, 2, and then you're like, go to a neutral corner, that guy's supposed to be like 3, 4, 5.
As it should.
But he didn't.
Oh.
He went back to it. 3, 4, but the guy had already been down for a couple seconds. Without a doubt, it was a long count.
That's bullshit.
It's
That's
bullshit.
the problem with boxing, though. That's what people have a problem with. That's like considered kind of like bullshit.
It's
like,
one of two things. It's either a mistake and the guy made an error, or maybe there's a. I don't think there's a different law in Vegas. I don't think there's a rule that allows them to do that. I think it's an error or corruption.
Right.
Most likely an error. Most likely.
All right, Clips. What you think of that? Joe Rogan said, yeah, it was a long count. Feel like it was some cheating. Wilder said everybody was against me. What you think?
I mean, one thing about Joe Rogan, whether you like him, whether you don't like him, the man definitely, if he sees something, he will say something. You know, he speaks his mind, and after review, and after looking at it and talking to other fighters, which everyone knows, Joe Rogan is very tapped into the fight game, both MMA as well as boxing. Yes, he's noticing and he's seen some things that some of us mentioned in real time, but a lot of us, we figured like, hey, look, Deontay had 3 chances to get that right in the ring. It didn't happen. But Joe's like, no, hold on. There is a there. And I shout out to Joe Rogan for, not letting people just, move past that point. Yes, Tyson Fury did win the trilogy convincingly. However, there is a there. In the 2nd and 3rd fights, there are some serious sketchy activity that goes even beyond the ref with his long counts that, okay, if you want to say that there was some fuckery involved, I'm not going to say there wasn't. Type shit. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know what you mean. Be specific. Like you said, with some sketchy stuff going on. Like, be specific.
Well, we got we got glove gate, we got the long count, we've got we've got the long count, we've got the we've got Fury claiming. We got Deontay when he was claiming there was something with the water bottle. He said there was a lot of people against him. We've heard about the other backstage fuckery of the build-ups to the fight that was trying to get Deontay's head out the game or whatever like that. And so if there was if there was powers that be, say, i.e. a mafia or whatever, who had money heavily invested in Fury, and Fury was their vested interest, well, we all know what we talked about, how a lot of these organizations, a lot of people don't get, is that many of these organizations are sports entertainment, not true sports eggs, to where we cannot always rule out that there wasn't some corruption, because remember, these are sports entertainment businesses where controlling an outcome of an event is in the business model of sports entertainment as actually good business, even though it's fucked up. You feel what I'm saying? So we can't just rule it out like, oh, well, you know what? Deontay's just mad because he didn't win. It's like there is a there.
All right. Make sure I got these phone lines open. 404-692-1766. Could call in, a beam in, and voice your opinion. 404-692-1766. Make sure I got that on the screen. All right, let me play this clip about AJ, and we can move on to the next one. What do you think about this? He said, let me see if I got that audio. Talks about AJ doesn't want to fight him. Let me see where it go. Let me get back to it. I still want to see that fight though, Clips. I ain't gonna hold you, bro. I still want to see AJ versus Deontay Wilder. I think that shit they could have got a trilogy out of that, and still can.
Exactly. I was just about to say, I think they still can. Their names carry weight, and I think even without belts, once again, third time, without the belts, I am more than positive that if you announce Anthony Joshua versus Deontay Wilder, holy Harry Balls Batman, people are going to go shit. People are going to motherfucking pre-order that damn shit. People are going to, the bets are going.
We got the fight pre-ordered.
Man,
I'm sorry.
Niggas gonna need that. I'm talking about as soon as it's announced. You know what I'm saying? These YouTube streets is gonna be electric. You feel what I'm saying? Oh my God. Man, I'm telling you, it'll without these fighters can really, really carry a conversation without belts. So I hope that's just how Deontay feels and not based off what Deontay knows, because I would hate to say, AJ's ducking. I would hate to say any professional fighters ducking, but we know that, sometimes niggas don't want that smoke. But I would think that these men are just waiting for a right time and opportunity, when we all know there was a right time and opportunity. They had more than 2 to 3 different times that passed. So, hopefully when they spin the block, they won't miss this opportunity. They won't miss the next opportunity for a historic moment.
And he said he got Wilder on the list. He was like a top 15 opponent for the first part of the year. He said the second fight was either going to be Dillian White or Wilder. And he said the third fight is going to be Fury or Wilder. So he for the fall. So it looked like Eddie Hearn is saying like we want to fight him. Like, but let's hear what Deontay Wilder says. He said they don't want to fight. Oh, go ahead, Clips. You about to say something?
No. I wasn't saying that.
Oh, shout out to my guy, Pop. What up, Pop? Black Warrior. I see you. Real Talk Mafia. What up, though? Somebody said Mark Nash, Andy Ruiz is very dangerous on the inside, which is a weak point for Wilder.
That's exactly what
I don't know about that. Andy Ruiz is a smaller guy, and he lost a lot of that weight. Wilder's going to be the taller, bigger guy. He's going to be able to lean on him like Fury leaned on Wilder. So I don't think it's the same.
But remember that leading in that bigger guy, that's what allowed AJ to walk into them looping punches. How Andy fights on
that wasn't a shot. Wilder, AJ had already hurt Andy. He went in to try to kick for the kill, and Andy countered with that left hook off the temple.
Right.
Andy countered him in the 50-50 exchange, but he had already dropped Andy, went in for the kill, and got clipped. Got hit with a good shot, but it wasn't. They was inside fighting though. Not the way I recall. I can pull up the clip though, but he had already dropped Andy. He thought Andy was done.
Yeah. And like I said, and Andy has proven himself to be very much the quintessential wounded animal that you don't just chase down. You kind of walk behind it and let it bleed out, because if you just chase it down, there's still a lot of fight left in that fucker. And and so, like I said, I'm very confident about Deontay's chances of victory against Andy, but I am very, very concerned about Deontay getting caught with that looping overhead right or overhead left to the temple. I just
let's play this. Let's see when they ask him about AJ.
After he asked for it, and he didn't take it. They should have known then. It was something fishy. That you asked, you know what I mean? So,
he's very fat when he fight.
I'm to even out for
Ngannou.
So I tell you about the 50 million, when everybody should have known the 50 million was an offer to him. They took it as an offer. After he asked for it, and he didn't take it. They should have known then. It was something fishy. Something was about him. You know what I mean? But even moving forward, Joshua don't want to fight. You know, it's certain information that I know, and it's certain information that the public receive from others. Now, as fighters, we got connections all around the world because we travel around the world. We know different people. And in boxing, we know that loyalty is very rare.
Very true.
Loyalty is very rare in boxing.
people call me all the time with some, hey, don't tell nobody this, but they telling me. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, Mark. So does that imply that Deontay's got a bird in AJ's camp who is feeding him some insight into
It be in his camp though. It could just be somebody who knows somebody. Or but I don't want to loot anything. I don't know.
Right.
I don't know. I'm gonna play it safe. I don't know what it means. But he said once he asked for 50 million, we brought the 50 million. People should have known that Wilder AJ didn't want to fight him then. What do you think of that?
I remember when the 50 million was on the table, and the official story was, well, Anthony Joshua was still trying to, he's got options. He's trying to do this. He's trying to do that. But yeah, we're considering it. I was mad. I wanted the fight to happen, but it was one of those things where it was like, well, okay, well, AJ wanted to take care of a couple other fights before he sees Deontay, and then he started losing, and then Deontay started losing, and so it kind of got off my radar. But
I won't want to see AJ fight him next right now, neither though. After coming off 2 losses to Usyk, I don't want to see him fight Deontay immediately next. Deontay got to get back fight. I want to see AJ get back on the in the winner's bracket. And I think then that fight, I definitely still want to see that fight though. And I think 2023 would be great if we can get that. But if he's gonna fight Ruiz in the summer, because if he was fighting him before then, we would know about it, right? If he was fighting in March,
you would hope.
Yeah, and April is supposed to be Tank and Ryan. May supposed to be Spence and Thurman. So when is Wilder gonna fight? In June? Talking about June. What?
If he fights in June, the chances of a December or November fight are so unlikely. It's like, yeah, we probably won't even see this action until maybe about 2024, and probably not early 2024. But it's still work I want to see. I'm with you. I still want to see the fight. As long as these fighters are still in fighting condition and they're still able to fight at the elite level, the AJ Deontay Wilder fight is profitable.
You said probable or profitable?
Profitable. To where, business wise, it is an excuse to use business as as rationale for not making the fight happen, because it'll make sense. It makes sense, like say, especially 2 fighters who are trying to get back into the win. Well, Wilder's now back in the winner's circle with a Helenius fight, but they're trying to get back on it. And these are still 2 attractive names who've got crazy fanatical fan bases. It's still profitable. So if the fight is on the table and no one's making it, you do got to kind of say to yourself, why?
What you mean? Why it's not happening?
Yeah, like, why ain't you doing this?
AJ had 2 big fights with Usyk. Usyk was the guy, the number 1 guy. He fought his number 1 guy, and then he had a rematch clause, lost that one. But shit, I think he want to get his title back, or he want to fight Tyson Fury. He want to be a champion again. I think that's what AJ's looking to be.
I wouldn't knock that, and I can see him. I want to get a belt before I go ahead and do this. That way, hopefully, if I have a belt, it gives me more leverage power. It gives me more leverage in the negotiations for the Wilder fight. And yeah, I do want to fight Deontay Wilder, but fuck all that. I want my belts back. If that's what AJ's coming from, I could understand. But as a fan, fuck all that, man. Just go on and get your tuned-up fight, and then make the Wilder happen. Because that's my main thing. I don't want to see Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder fighting when they're in their 40s.
Damn.
I just don't want that.
Damn, too far off. Shit, how old is Wilder?
In their upper 30s.
Deontay Wilder's 37?
Yeah. And AJ ain't too far behind them, or if not, neck to neck.
Deontay Wilder, 37. When is his birthday? Let me see. When is his birthday? Okay, so he just turned 37 in October. All right.
Are you an October baby like me? Shout out to October babies. Yeah.
And let me see Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua is, wow, he's very young. He's 33.
Ooh.
Yeah, he's a lot younger. He's 33, and he's an October baby as well, October the 15th. So he just turned 33. Wilder just turned, what I say, 37.
Yeah.
All right. So that's interesting. Shout out to Tar Heel Resin, just became a member to the neighborhood. Salute. 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 Shout out to my Carolina brethren. Tar Heel Resin, what part of Carolina you from? Let me know in the chat. What part of Carolina you from? I was born in Nash County, Tar Heel Resin. That's why I asked. Let me know.
I was born in Cumberland County.
Cumberland County.
I told you I was born in Womack.
That's Fort Daniel, Cumberland County, Fayetteville.
Yeah, I told you I was born in that very unit that you said you'd have to be in with the fucking infants.
Yep.
I was in there for 3 days because I was born dead. That unit that you said you worked at, I was born dead. I was in there for 3 days. That's why when you told that story, I just started laughing. I was like, nigga, that was the room I was in.
Yeah, NICU. I was up there on NICU. Well, you was born at the old Womack, not the new one. I worked at the new Womack, but yeah. Because I wanted
if that hospital was still the same hospital when I was born in 80, it's like, yeah, y'all got to do better, bro.
Yeah, they use that for out processing and shit now too. That old Womack. All right. He said Mecklenburg. All right, Charlotte, Mecklenburg. My brother out there. Shout out to Charlotte, Mecklenburg. And shout out to North Carolina and my boy Tar Heel Resin for joining the neighborhood. All right. Let's get into it. I'm gonna play this last part and then we can get into some hip hop and we can close it out.
They say they love you and be your buddy. But trust me, they'll still take from you. So you gotta be let me stop.
Okay, you and Ngannou. How about that one?
I mean, I would love to. You know what I mean? Another African brother, you know. And I respect his decision of what he done. Somebody didn't put me on. Sometimes I just be out of this world, man. And when I come back, it's like being in prison again. I don't know what's going on in the world. You just being up to date with things.
Malik Sky said he hear them shit sound like gunshot.
Mark Moxayo, super.
All right, they had Malik Sky's gym, if I'm not mistaken, in LA, I think I was told. Okay, so boom. What you think of Wilder versus Ngannou? Should that happen? Should that not happen? Who do you favor to win that, Clips?
Holy shit. I would say Wilder because if they're in a boxing match, you know, but man, those boys both drop bombs. But I would still give it to Wilder. But that boy Francis, he ain't no hoe. And I think if Francis was to get his hands on not just Deontay Wilder, but any of these heavyweights in boxing, like it could get interesting. I mean, down to even someone like a Tyson Fury, I could see Francis catching somebody and putting them legs on noodles. I could see it because that boy hits.
This man is massive, yo. Let me put a screenshot up. This is a massive dude. Look at him beside Deontay Wilder. Let me see. Huge dude. Strong as hell too. Like that last one of those.
Oh my God. Look at them arms compared to Deontay's arms, and Deontay ain't a little dude.
Bro. Look at this dude, bro.
I don't know, Mark. The eye test makes me nervous for Deontay.
The muscles get heavy, but this dude got a lot of endurance. You get what I'm saying? And he's strong as hell, bro. Wow. How y'all feel about that? Let me know in the chat who y'all got winning that one. Damn, bro. That's crazy. I don't know. I don't see Ngannou beating Deontay Wilder. It's just different. It's different. And I know some people say, well, Wilder can't box that good. All right. He won that title going 12 rounds with a guy who can box.
Now, granted, Deontay might not be an elite level boxer as far as the sweet science, but he
is elite level champion.
No, I'm with you. You might not think like as far as the
skill for skill, like the jabs and the slipping and okay, I get it.
Yeah, as far as the sweet science, but look back to your point, Mark. He did get himself a belt. He is a champion to where against somebody like Francis Ngannou, who he's a great fighter as far as MMA, and we know he's a powerful puncher. Deontay could actually look like a boxer. like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is that fight where you're like, damn, well, Deontay does have a jab because, yeah, you would just see the difference between Deontay waiting for that one-hitter quitter and Francis Ngannou just kind of rushing in, trying to throw looping crosses on some MMA shit to where I could see Deontay getting them, but damn, this eye test, man, it's like, what the hell's going to happen when Francis does connect? Holy shit.
Okay. Oh, this is my guy Juan. All right, Juan. I ain't know. Juan said he did a name change. All right, cool. Did a name change. He said it happened both. He said both great paydays, huge paydays. Yeah, it'd be a huge payday for both of these guys, man, if we ever see it. But all right, let's get into it, man. Let's talk about this right here. Let's get into it.
What up?
50 Cent in hip-hop news. Yeah, we're on the second hour, y'all. We're on the second hour. In hip-hop news, 50 Cent has said Jay-Z does not have a bigger impact than 50 Cent. Than Eminem. Now, let's be clear from the beginning. 50 Cent might have a little bias there because Eminem is the guy that put him on. And I might have a bias here because I used the 50 Cent drop.
What up, gangsta?
I'm joking. But let's play how we got here. How did we get here? Let's play this audio. I'm gonna share this over here. All right, 50 Cent came out to bat for Eminem in response to Jamal Crawford, arguing that Jay-Z had a bigger impact on hip-hop than Eminem. The former NBA Sixth Man of the Year has been discussing this topic with Shaquille O'Neal on the Big Podcast with Shaq. Let's play the audio.
That's why my five, like, the dominance outweighs the number.
Nope.
Yeah, you can't change the game and say, "Oh, this guy's more points than me, he's better." No, that's just beyond that. Like, Jay-Z's effect on hip hop is bigger than any album sales that Eminem will have. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's just
stop it right there. He said Jay-Z's effect on hip hop is bigger than any album sales Eminem will have. Let's go.
How it goes.
That's a good point.
One more time. Let's hear it one more time. Oh shit! It won't let me do it that way. All right, let me do it this way then. Boom. Do I gotta refresh it? Because it's trying to send me the Instagram.
That's why my five, like, the dominance outweighs the number.
Nope.
Yeah, you can't change the game and say, "Oh, this guy's more points than me, he's better." No, that's just beyond that. Like, Jay-Z's effect on hip hop is bigger than any album sales that Eminem will have. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's just how it goes.
That's a good point.
Okay. Clips, what's your take on it?
Right now, Jamal ain't lying. Album sales are a key factor in determining relevancy and the impact of an artist's career. But it is not the determining factor. All right, because when you're talking about impact, you're talking about influence, and to even make that comment or to even challenge Jamal Crawford's comment is ridiculous. Of course, 50's going to do it. You know, he's got to go. He's got to ride for Massey. He got to ride for Marshall. I said he got to ride for Marshall. But remember, Marshall was influenced by Jay-Z.
Right.
So what are we doing here?
Not that this doesn't because everybody has their own opinion on this. That's why I'm glad we got the panel open and phone lines open. You guys want to voice your opinion. Haplo said define impact. Yeah, you too, Mega. Mega said he said, who, me? Yeah, you too. Y'all define impact. Who? What do you mean when you say he has more impact? What does that even mean? Because I can say Eminem had a lot of impact, but I don't think it was, somebody said globally and international. I think Eminem opened the door and made more white folks want to rap. Can I just say that? Just keep it a buck. more white people wanted to rap, and they realized, hey, you got to be good, and you can be, even and if you're good, you're gonna be accepted. Because it was for a while, people probably had a stigma that like even if you're good, if you're white, you know people won't ride with it. But Eminem was rapping circles around guys. You know, people say he's arguably one of the best technical rappers, arguably. But what do you mean? What do you think what do you mean by impact? Because he got white folks rapping. Kids was wearing the blonde hair, but shit, I've seen Jay-Z impact global culture several times over. You know what I'm saying? He was wearing suits. People was wearing suits. He started wearing the jerseys. Everybody was wearing jerseys. He said, we ain't wearing the jerseys no more. We're wearing button downs. They started wearing button downs. Then he said, fuck the button down. Say it again.
Overnight too. Overnight. He would drop one song and you would see, like, listen, this is back when I used to tour a lot and I would be with my DJ dudes. I remember you said you DJ to where like this is the perspective of somebody who's going to different cities and parties and watching once a new single dropped, how niggas was dressing coming to the club thinking they fresh. And then like all of a sudden, like you said, when Jay-Z said, nah, we don't do jerseys, within like 2 weeks, you stop seeing jerseys in the clubs.
Yeah, niggas start wearing them throwbacks, bro. And he said, I don't wear jerseys. I'm 30 plus. Give me a crisp pair of jeans, nigga, button up. I was like, hold up. You was 30 plus when you was wearing them damn jerseys. You can't trick me. You just changed this shit last week when you started messing with B. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. And it was look, I know some niggas still, I know some old heads that still walk around here dressing like Jay-Z with the button ups, the fitteds, you know what I'm saying? The jeans with oversized boot cut jeans over the damn ones. Yeah, shout out to President Jafar in the building. My boy Pac-Man Tay in the building. Ride of the Storm, what up? All right. Damn, Tay, I hate you missed that Wilder breakdown I did for that first hour. I know you was live cooking on it too. All right, let me see what 50 Cent had to say. Let me go to 50 Cent's quote. He said, oh, by the way, fun fact. A matter of fact, I'll just get to that when I get to it. All right, so where's the quote? Boom, boom, boom. Scroll down. 50 said, ha, that's bullshit. That's what he replied. He said, yeah, he be trolling Jay-Z a lot too. He said Jay-Z looked like a gay painter. He's trying to say he looked like Basquiat with the way his dreads are. He said both Eminem and Jay-Z are two of the most commercially successful artists of all time, not just in rap, in just music, period. Two of the most successful ever. Eminem is the #1 most certified artist in the history of the recording, the RIAA. On the other hand, Jay-Z owns the most #1 albums on the Billboard 200 with 14. Now, 50's comments come after he trolled Jay-Z, of course, like I mentioned, calling him to say he looked like a gay painter. He had been upset about Jay-Z allegedly not wanting him involved in the 2022 Super Bowl halftime show. 50 has said Eminem sticking up for him is what allowed him to perform at that event. 50 is also planning a collaboration with Eminem, peep this, y'all, for a 8 Mile TV show. Gonna do a TV adaptation of the 8 Mile movie. I'm here for it. Cause that means they're gonna do there's gonna be some battles in there. And I love that movie 8 Mile. I actually own that DVD and I've seen it countless times.
And whoever they cast to play young Marshall Mathers, oh my God, that white boy is gonna be so huge. He's gonna be I'm talking about they're going to be about 5 episodes into that. And whoever they cast, if he just does his fucking job, because the show's going to be so dope, you're going to see that man for at least 10 to 15 years. They're going to throw him in a little bit of everything. So yeah, that'd be a great idea. Is motherfucking make it we should probably do more of that now that we got, people like 50 Cent making shows and Hollywood understanding that, it can work. Yeah, I would love to see an 8 Mile movie because, I don't know about you. Like you said you loved the movie. Like I did. I really loved it. Like imagine with a show how all them different scenes that they kind of just compacted into 2 minutes. Imagine you could really make an episode off this moment in Marshall's life. That'd be kind of crazy.
My man said Eminem helped rap to be more mainstream. What? With my bum is on your lips? My bum is on your lips?
What? See that I don't like what people
he
say.
helped 50 Cent become mainstream, but rap was already mainstream when Eminem jumped on the scene, bro. I don't know how old you are, and I don't mean no disrespect. Shout out to Mega, and thanks for being here. But click the link. You can chop it up with us, but I disagree with you on that. Run DMC helped rap become mainstream. Curtis Blow made rap become mainstream with
Beastie
basketball.
Boys.
The Beastie Boys, Will Smith, like rap has been mainstream for quite some time, well before Eminem. It's already mainstream. MC Hammer, like these guys, like Kid and Play had a cartoon. Hammer had a cartoon. Remember, he was Stanley, and he would do Hammer Time.
Shoes would talk. I remember the shoes and shit.
Yo, man, MC Hammer was mainstream. Kid and Play was mainstream.
Hey, yo, shout out. I still say MC Hammer is one of the realest to ever do it, because never in the history of niggerdom or in modern rap and entertainment will you ever see somebody have their video played on regular time, like, in afternoon, as soon as you get off school. Nigga, MC Hammer is the GOAT for the Pumps and the Bump video. That is like one of the pinnacles of niggatry. That's when you know you got too much money. You know what I'm talking about, Mark. Oh my God, if you're old enough, y'all know what I'm talking about. Pumps and the Bump video. What's going on, man? Holy shit. That man
I didn't like when Hammer tried to change his style too much like that and was like,
reminded you he was from Oakland?
Yeah, now I was about to say he went straight West Coast with that shit. He had the damn Naughty by Nature like Scully on it. Pumps in a bump, pumps in a bump. We like the pumps in a bump, pumps in a bump.
No, Mark, you said it, so let's talk about it. Yeah, he had a Naughty by Nature Scully, some Lokes. He had weightlifting gloves, high-tech boots, and a thong and 8 chains running around his mansion. Man, that nigga had too much money. And that shit would play at 2 p.m. This nigga run around in his damn thong and some chains, talking about pumps in a bump. And it was Hammer. Nobody said this is problematic because it was Hammer.
My man
That's
said,
like right up there with Prince being on stage with his whole ass cheek out.
Right.
It was Prince. And so we just talked about it in the car.
Dodger Kid 05 said, technically Drake had the biggest impact. Negative impact, that is. I ain't gonna go that far. I think Drake is dope. I think Drake is super dope, super active too. He keeps something going out there. I think Drake always tries to give back to the people that came before him. Like he samples their joints and keep that shit alive too. You know what I'm saying? Even with sometimes he'll take a little bit of a flow or something like that. I don't know. I don't get the hate from Drake. I think Drake is super dope, but I get it though. You're entitled to your opinion. But he's somebody said he said I'm in Australia. Shout out to Australia, man. We blowing up in Australia, man. I told you. Blowing up, man. They passing the word out there. It was like, hey, mate, this motherfucker named Mark Nash, mate.
Aussie.
This motherfucker here is dope, and I appreciate that. He said, let me finish. He said, I'm in Australia, and Jay-Z is nothing more than Beyonce's husband over there. What do you think of that?
Well, I would say that's kind of whatever. I love Jay, but I ain't gonna lie. When they dropped at the Carter's album, I was the main one, like on my own social media and shit. Like that was my joke. I was running around like, yeah, I listened to that Beyonce album featuring Jay-Z.
My man Mega said Nas is still alive and he's better than Jay-Z. That's an opinion, and that's a very good opinion as far as rap. I don't think Nas was shifting the Nas niggas was, you knew you couldn't dress like Nas. You get what I'm saying? You knew you couldn't pull off the pink suit. You knew you couldn't pull off the red leather joint with the white kicks with the shirt open bigger. We knew we couldn't do that, but shit, we could do the Jay-Z jean suit. We could do the Rockefeller button down, a Yankee fitted, some Air Force Ones. You could pull that off, but you couldn't do what Nas was doing with the furs and just look at You Can Hate Me Now. Ain't no nigga can walk around wearing that shit, but Nas and Diddy. I'm just saying.
That video right there.
Yeah. But he was like, oh, somebody said Jay-Z never the torch was never passed to Jay-Z. I say it was passed to DMX more. Who passed the torch to DMX? Because I don't remember nobody passing DMX the torch. Everybody passed up on him. Remember, Irv Gotti said I had to make Leor sign him while I was fucking walking.
Yeah, DMX, I love DMX. Shout out to the dog, rest in peace. But as far as the mic line, as far as the Brooklyn, aka the Brooklyn MC, and then the bigger King of New York mic line, how I understood it. And then you tell me how you understood it. I understood it that from Cool G Rap to the Big Daddy Kane's in that era, all right, Big Daddy Kane he had the more lasting power and the more commercial success. I mean, he's popping off Madonna, you know what's going down, right? And through Big Daddy Kane's DJ, Mr. C, now we get Biggie. All right, and through Biggie and that line of friends, you know, we still got the Queens MCs, you know what I'm saying, the Nas's and all them doing their thing. But, you know what I'm saying, then when Biggie comes with Biggie, now you have Hove. Now, Hove also has his ties to Harlem and everything because of Dame. And I've always said this, and I don't want to do no conspiracy theory. We ain't doing none of this. But, you know what I'm saying, shout out to Jaguar Wright, because she's the only person I've seen who drew this. And I said this in real time. The only threat to after when Biggie died to truly taking away Jay-Z's claim of King of New York, besides the Nas, and that will always be that dynamic, the Jay-Z and Nas. That's like Wu-Tang and Shaolin. You know what I'm saying? The only MC who could have really been like, nah, nigga, I'm the king, because he could have said that to both Nas and Jay-Z, and they would have had to shut the fuck up, was Big L. So when Big L died, it's like, okay, who of these New York rappers outside of Nas or Jay-Z is king? So, you know, like for everybody talking about the torch got passed, the torch did kind of get passed to Jay-Z. And if it didn't get passed to him, he became kind of an email champion who consistently defended the belt. So that makes him legit, though.
I think you left out Kane, though.
I said Big Daddy Kane. I said Big Daddy Kane. I said Big Daddy Kane's
Cool G.
No, Cool G Rap, Big Daddy Kane, and then through Big Daddy Kane's DJ, Mr. C, you get Biggie. Because remember, Biggie and Jay, they come from the Big Daddy Kane.
You talking about New York, or you just talking about Brooklyn? Because Cool G Rap from Jamaica, Queens, I think.
From Queens, that's why I said you had the Queens MCs doing their thing. That's why, you know, I just said that. But through the mic line talking about Brooklyn, through Mr. C, you get Hove, or you get Biggie, then Hove in them, and Hove had his ties to Harlem through.
Go back to Brooklyn. So before Biggie, who was it?
It was Biggie. Then you had Big Daddy Kane. Who else you had out there who was really just killing fucking Brooklyn? Damn. I don't want to just name no Just Ice or no, like, you know what I'm saying, whatever. You know, I don't want to date myself, and I'm talking about somebody.
What year did the GZA drop? GZA was out, right? GZA, AZ, they all Brooklyn.
Yeah, AZ's Brooklyn. Remember, AZ is in the Dead President's video.
But that means because AZ was already out. We knew AZ.
Yes, AZ the visualizer. You know what I'm saying? And you're right. Damn, who'd you just name before AZ? Damn. That should be fucking with my short.
I think the GZA from Brooklyn, right?
Yes, the GZA's from that, but that was genius. That was the genius. Girl, come do me. You know what I'm saying? But yes, he was from Brooklyn.
The RZA from Brownsville. They, you know what I'm saying? So, all right.
To where, when you look at that mic line, it was like.
Ain't Buster from Flatbush, Brooklyn? Ain't Buster from
Jersey / Jersey / Brooklyn dude? You know what I'm saying? Oh no, Long Island. Excuse me. The leaders of the new school, I believe, was Long Island.
Buster was born in New York, though, right? Wasn't he born in New York? What was
you know how them New York niggas be like. It's just like I was born in Queens. I spent 5 years in Harlem, so I got a lot of Harlem friends. I live in Jersey now, but I'm always in Staten Island.
Here we go. He was born in East Flatbush. I'm talking about. Yeah, he was born in East Flatbush, Brooklyn. All right, cool. All right, bro. He later moved to Long Island. All right, and that's where he actually was. That's crazy. At one point. It's crazy. At one point, Buster, Biggie, and Jay-Z was all in the same school together.
Yeah, they all went to the same, and Big L went to that school too.
And special ed.
Yep, exactly. Special Ed, that was my nigga.
Hold on. I wasn't even done. And my boy Chip Fu from the Fooshnickers. There you go.
Shout out to the Fooshnickers. They was hot. Yeah, but Special Ed was I bring him up when I talk to artists, younger artists, and I talk about mismanaging your momentum. Special Ed, I believe that second album was too long because when that first album dropped, if you old enough, Lisa, I know you with me. Come on, let's have a geriatric moment, Lisa. When Special Ed, you know what I'm saying? Oh my God, I got it made. Dinner. Man, and remember, this is when I was real young, and I'm literally traveling around the country within a year. Like, you know what I'm saying? This is when I'm just bouncing around the country. So I'd literally be everywhere from LA to Baltimore, all within the span of a couple months. And you know what I heard a lot? I'm the highest title.
You're Puerto Rican, but I speak so only you know.
Oh my God, nigga, that shit was crazy.
Who don't know that boy, right?
Oh my God.
I got to jump in, Clips, so let me even jump back in. My boy Mega he said, when we was talking about how heavy rap was, he was like, no, it wasn't. He said rock was still heavily played on the radio more than rap in the late 90s and early 2000s. Maybe in Australia. Or maybe it's if you're listening to, because a radio station is gonna be catered to that. So the rock station in Atlanta or North Carolina, Baltimore, they still playing rock. That's what they do. The rap station is still playing rap. So the radio is geared towards genres. You got classical, you got classic rock, you got the top 100. But I disagree with you right there. Rap been on the radio for a long time. They have whole stations, nothing but rap, bro. And that's when it was really started exploding in late 80s and the 90s, and it's still on now. But the rock on the radio, they been stopped just only playing rock on the radio. They got rock stations now, but let me jump into it. Somebody said, damn, I can't remember where those came in. Vanilla Ice made more impact mainstream than Eminem. Would you agree, disagree?
Totally disagree. That's almost facetious. That's almost, you know, like, because once again it preceded it. So this was the first solo white artist that is almost giving you an Elvis feel. Beastie Boys, these three young Jewish kids from New York, I believe Manhattan or whatever, they were just real hip hop. And because them being Jewish, they were embraced by not only the Jewish community, but bigger white society, which that's why the Beastie Boys went crazy. Third Base had a similar thing going on, but they were genuine hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Like Pete Nice actually had some good flows, and Search, his personality. Search had some decent rhymes, but you know, Search, you could tell he was hip hop. Vanilla Ice, I mean, hell, that was a dope song. As we laugh about it now, but in real time, Ice Ice Baby was a dope song. Like, you know what I'm saying, compared to what, you know, niggas was doing. By the time Eminem comes, it's a different game, because they basically, all of those people I named, it's not taking away from nothing Eminem, but you got to understand, there was such a setting of the plate, and it was the game was ripe for a legitimate, like, that's why I say, like, there were so many, like, one of my founding members of my record label, he's white, and we always laugh is because when we was running around in the 90s doing our free, he was that dude in our part of Ohio, and to where it was like, because Eminem blew up, we literally watched when Eminem blew up, how all of a sudden people who knew my brother was just ill like that, all of a sudden just keep comparing him to, and they don't rap nothing like it. Actually, he sounds and rap, his voice and the way he raps is almost like Rakim. But now any white rapper is compared to Eminem, and Eminem is white rapper this, but no, whites in hip hop goes back to the history of hip hop. Technically, the first rapper is a white woman, Blondie. Right, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, right. Go ahead, Clips. And after that, I got to jump back in, bro.
Oh, no, go ahead.
Go ahead. You finish it. I'll finish what you were saying.
My thought was like, and it's like we get this misnomer because now we perceive Eminem as this, you know what I'm saying, as this whatever. But no, there was such a stage that was set for that first white artist who was actually good. And then what did you know? Dr. Dre went and found a white boy who was great. So yes, but you know, we got to calm down.
Shout out to HLD in the building. President Defoe, he said the media tried to crown Vanilla Ice the king of hip hop. Negative. Yeah, we won't ride him with that. I got a question for the audience, though. Audience, got a question for you. How many classics does Eminem have? Same question for Jay-Z. How many classics do they have? And you got to list them. List them. Don't just say 3 and 4. Like, list the name of Eminem's classics. List the name of Jay-Z's classics. Clips off the top of their head real quick. Give me a number. Eminem, Jay-Z. Who has the most classics, in your opinion?
Jay-Z, easily.
How many does he have? What are Jay-Z classics?
Using in a versus format.
Not a versus format. Because versus is 20 songs. I'm asking albums. So how many albums?
Classic albums. I'll give Slim Shady LP, Marshall Mathers LP, that Murder Music. And that's it for me at Eminem. He's got dope songs on the other ones, but I think he's only got 3 truly classic albums. Jay-Z, you've got
hold on. You said Eminem, you said the Slim Shady LP, the Marshall Mathers LP, and what else? Music to Murder By?
Yeah, Music to Murder By, yeah.
What about Encore? Or what was the joint where he had the Toy Soldiers and all of that stuff on it? Was that Curtain Call, Encore? Let me see, Encore.
That might have been Rehab or Relapse. I don't know.
Okay, but you said those are your 3. Go ahead. What about Jay-Z? Give me the Jay-Z classics.
Holy shit! Blueprint 2, Reasonable Doubt, Black Album. 444 was, I think, was very just classic. Streets is Watching was dope.
Clips, you fading away, bro. You like
you like oh no, I'm really trying to order them because it's like I am a Jay-Z fan, but it's like I'm like Jay-Z's got at least about I'd say about 7 of his albums, in my opinion, should be in everybody's catalog. And so yeah, I give Eminem about 3 essential hip hop albums, and I'll give Jay-Z at least 7 or 8.
Jay-Z got 7 or 8. Okay.
Well, more, but I'm trying to, like in general, like, yeah, if you're a hip hop head, you fuck with this album.
Damn, Eminem, my favorite 2 songs off this Encore is the real series ones, Toy Soldiers and Mockingbird. That's it for me off of that Encore that I love the most. And I like that. No, I ain't gonna lie. I used to laugh at that song. The way you move it, I can't believe it. I ain't never seen an ass like that. You make my pee go boing, boing, boing. I laughed at that shit. I thought it was funny. But Toy Soldiers, I thought it was such a deep song. And of course, that Mockingbird, that's the one where he's talking about Haley, like, hush, little baby, don't you cry. That's the one, right?
I believe so. Like,
hold on.
I didn't dig in them crates like that. Like after a while.
That's it. I just played a little bit of it. That's it. It's Mockingbird. So those 2 shits are fire.
American Gangster, I forgot that one. Oh my God, that was a whole thing in itself, where it was almost a reminding and a reinvention of Hove. Like that album has its own, in my mind, its own classification. I really liked Kingdom Come, though the world didn't like it, because I thought it would show I like Kingdom Come because I thought it was an artistic way, a real artistic way of expressing maturity. Like, and that whole album was like, the whole album in my mind was like an abstract of him trying to mature. You know what I'm saying? Him trying to mature, trying to find a way of him of expressing his newfound maturity, which eventually comes to fruition in 444. You know what I'm saying? I feel like Kingdom Come was like watching Kobe practice in the gym.
But nah, man, I don't think his bars were on the most, or was the top of the top back then.
No, it wasn't.
It was around that time Lil Wayne came in and flipped that show me what you got better than I thought Jay-Z did. And of course, once somebody do something once, it's always good to do it twice. Hold up. Matter if I'm looking at this Kingdom Come, yo, this shit was good. This had Beach Chair on it. I think this got
Oh my God, that song.
Yeah,
As a producer, tell me you didn't love that shit. Most people said that song was too meta. As a producer, that beat alone on Beach Chair. As a producer, Mark, that beat alone. Holy shit.
I didn't like that Hollywood song, but it's not that bad. I like that Dig a Hole. That shit was hard. Hold on, is this the right album? Is all of this on the right album? Hold on, let me see. Show Me What You Got was up there. 30 something, like 30's the new 20, nigga. I'm So Hot Still. That shit was dope. Lost One was dope. Kingdom Come. All right, not that bad. I ain't gonna say it's a classic though. You can't just have a few good songs on it for me to call it a classic though. I'm looking at the track list. Prelude, Kingdom, When Kingdom Come, Unread, nope. Show Me What You Got is cool. Lost One is cool. Do You Want to Ride, John Legend? Nah. 30 something, yeah. I Made It is dope. Anything with Usher and Pharrell? Probably not. Hollywood with Beyonce? No. They don't even perform that shit. Minority Report with Neo? Nope. Beat Share is dope. Nah, this ain't no classic for me. All right. Yeah, this ain't no classic. It's not a whole classic. For me, though, I think Jay-Z got more classics than Eminem. And sometimes I think Eminem overthinks the lyrics and the bars too much. I think Jay-Z has one of the best flows, man. He just has a flow. You know what I'm saying? He just has a flow. But for me, of course, Reasonable Doubt is a classic. I have In My Lifetime Volume. No, is that it? No. In My Lifetime Volume 1 is a classic for me. That was super dope. Blueprint is a classic. The Dynasty, Rock La Familia is a classic. Black Album, super classic. 444 is a classic to me. 444, I still hear that, and I still hear different bars that I didn't catch before. And I've heard that album 100 times, but I can interpret it a different way depending on what mood I'm in and how I'm listening to. I'm like, oh shit, I didn't even catch that before. Or it's like you said, triple entendre, don't ask me how. So yeah, that's it for me. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 6 for me.
Yeah.
And I love, and don't get it twisted. I love American Gangster. I love oh shit, I miss Hard Knock Life Volume 2. He got 7, yo.
Yeah, I thought you got at least 7 or 8.
Bro, Reasonable Doubt, In My Lifetime Volume 1, Hard Knock Life, that's 3. Dynasty for me is a damn good class. It is a Jay-Z album. But that shit is crazy. That shit is still crazy to me. You know, 1-900 Hustler, that Dynasty intro still probably set the tone for the way half these niggas do their intros to this day. You know, where you just start the intro off with a rap instead of starting it off with talking, and like you just started off with a verse. So yeah, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, Blueprint 5, Black Album 6, 444 7. Blueprint 2, that was the double album. I liked it when they condensed it and made it one. But I love that Blueprint 3, 2, because he was talking crazy up there. Shit, Blueprint 3, I forgot about this one. Went to this concert, man. It's a good ass album. That's the Death of Auto. Oh, yeah. This is a classic. Yeah, Blueprint 3 is a classic. They got DOA, Run This Town, the Empire State of Mind with Alicia Keys. On to the next one.
Went crazy. He went crazy, right? Black Album.
This shit is hard. Well, I don't know. It's top heavy. Because that off that with Drake, I ain't feeling that. Son, nigga, we off that. J. Cole, Star Is Born, broke J. Cole. Venus versus Mars. Oh yeah, that was a good one. Damn, man, this is a good one, man. Yeah, this is a good album, bro. All right. Go ahead.
No, man. Hey, you see me? I'm just nodding my head because that's why I drifted off, because I'm in my head sitting there like going through Hope's catalog, like I seen someone mention like I mean, damn, but can we count? I mean, technically, Watch the Throne is a Jay-Z album, even though it's a Jay-Z and Kanye album. Hell, if you want to get all that shit, then we got The Carters, which was a great album. Like, I mean, fuck, like, you don't even have to be a Hove fan, but you are definitely a Hove hater if you are trying to shit on what Mr. Carter's out here doing. Like, bro, Carter out here working. Like, this is, and more than that, like, this is 96 coming on damn near 2026. Like, you know what I'm saying? And Jay-Z's just, he's never, in my mind, he's never diminished. You know, it's just like you said around Kingdom Come, you could see that his flow, he was noticing his flow was getting dated because Wayne was changing the culture. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, because by the time Kingdom Come started happening, that's when, you know, not only was Wayne finding the whole...
Say that again?
I said, by the time Kingdom Come had dropped, not only was Lil Wayne finding a brand new gear, but you started getting like the second generation of Wayne babies, to where like you said, Jay-Z's flow was seeming a little, you know what I'm saying?
Wayne took Jay-Z flow.
Exactly. He took his flow. It's where you had to go.
He took that nigga flow on that Show Me What You Got, and he flipped that shit with some wittier bars than Hove had for the original song, which is something Hove had made famous for a long time. But I think that new generation of the Wayne babies started coming out. Not then. It was later, after when Wayne switched really fully all the way into that auto-tune, the singing, when he was doing the rock album. And yeah, I think that's when those Wayne babies really came out.
That's a good point. Okay.
And then once he switched his hair to blonde and all of that shit, you got a whole nother wave of them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Wayne, hey, look, now Wayne's impact on hip hop, shit, we can talk about him and his impact on hip hop, definitely, because he definitely had a wave. A lot of people in the chat are saying DMX. I love DMX, but DMX had an impact on the culture, far as like he definitely brought in that bike wave and a lot of niggas doing that shit right there. And he brought it back to just being gutter and real raw without all the shiny suits and shit like that. But yeah, it went back. It always goes back to that. He didn't withstand as long as these other guys, you know.
And I like the way you said that. DMX was more for the culture. DMX reminded all of us and the world that regardless of how hip hop grows and regardless of how hip hop continues to grow, it began in the streets and it will always have its ties to a 3-3 draw for Eminem and Jay-Z. Oh, wow. You know what I'm saying? And so, like DMX, it was like, but lyrically, he said some hard shit. But was he lyrically, as far as on some MC shit, really just making you sit there and say, well, damn, that was clever.
You know, shout out to my boy Jules Gaming Lounge. What up, Jules? Yeah. It was some witty shit. Pittsburgh T, what up? He said LQJ was big during his time to push rap mainstream. Absolutely. Dr. Dre, Foxy Brown, like rap has been mainstream for a minute, bro, before Eminem. Shout out to my boy in Australia. Maybe it was big for them though. Full Revolution, what up, sis? How you feel? Full Revolution. Going once, going twice.
So what we talking about? We talking about 90s hip hop. We talking about 80s hip hop. What are we talking about?
You got it. You tell me what we talking about.
I was a huge Jay-Z West Coast fan. Like people wasn't really on the Jay-Z. I'll be honest with you. Reasonable Doubt. When I first heard it, the first song I heard by Reasonable Doubt was Dead Presidents. I was like, okay, I like this. This is kind of different. It's kind of different. I like this. Because we was just getting off the little gangster rap shit over here on the West Coast. But people wasn't really feeling them. My first Jay-Z album that I really liked was In My Lifetime Volume 1.
Yes.
Yeah.
You Must Love Me song at the
You
end.
Must Love Me, yes. Because you know I'm a huge And then, it was all good just a week ago because I'm a huge Too Short fan.
Mm-hmm.
People really sleep on that. And I like that that song he had with Little Kim. I know what girls like, that little blondie twist on
Yep.
it. Yeah, that was hard. And but yeah, that you must love me. Yeah, had all the dope boys loving that shit. Like, oh, this is hard. And then he came out with Hard Knock Life Volume 2 with the Hard Knock Life, the Annie sample, and then what was on there? Oh, that nigga what? Nigga who? What was that shit? Yo, flip that dough, fuck man, what is that? What was that shit? That was the Timbaland beat that he did with he took that sample and he used it for Player, but then he sped it up for a Jay-Z. What was that song? Nigga what? Nigga who? Do you remember that?
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah. Y'all niggas wanna fuck with me. Yeah, that shit was hard. Originator 99, that's what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
hell yeah. Shout out to Full Revolution. Let me find out you know your hip hop like that. All right. So who had the bigger impact on hip hop? Do you agree with 50 Cent?
Volume 3 was okay. Huh?
So who had the bigger impact on hip hop, Eminem or Jay-Z?
See, that's the funny thing though, because at the same time Eminem was coming out, and I was like, the white boys are the ones that really put me on Eminem, because I was like, okay, the Hi, my name is, that's like right when my son was born. That's like 24 years ago now. I like that, and I was like, okay, who the fuck is this white boy with Dre in it? But he got Dre in the video, so it must be better than Eminem and fucking Third Base. I'm like, okay, let me listen a little bit. And then I wasn't really listening to it until the Marshall Mathers LP, so then I had to go back and listen to the Slim Shady LP. So I think Jay-Z kind of has a bigger impact for the simple fact that he's put on so many other people. Like, people ain't trying to be like Eminem. They're trying to be like Jay-Z. Like Wayne, you remember when he came on 106 in Park and he was like, the best rapper alive since the best rapper retired.
Yeah.
The best rapper alive. Yeah. He ain't talking about no bad. It's sitting Eminem. He's done songs with Eminem, but he hasn't really like, people like battle Eminem because he's a good battle rapper, but they ain't trying to take his, like, they're not trying to emulate their careers after his. So.
But why not though? He's super successful.
Because rap is still not that lyrical. Jay-Z know how to be lyrical, but at the same time still be commercial. So he's got the bigger commercial success. I don't know. I can't say that really. I mean, Eminem's worldwide. And to be honest with you, if you ask like a lot of people around the world, they probably know Eminem more than they know Jay-Z.
You think?
Over here, yeah, I do. I honestly do. Like, I mean, I do. I talk to some people like over there in Australia. And it's funny though, because they'll like Jay-Z, but they kind of like they're like Beanie Siegel better than they like Jay-Z. They like
You faded out. Hello?
Says you still with us?
Check 1 2, Full Revolution. You blacked out. 1 2 1 2. 1 2 1 2. All right. Maybe she's on the Wi-Fi, or maybe she probably still talking. Don't even know we can't hear. I'm gonna read a couple of chats real quick. Let me do this. Shout out to Rubski. He said top 5 is Slick Rick, Ghostface, Nas, Prodigy, Big Pun. I ain't mad at that list. Let me give you the drop.
I'll give you the $2. You give him the $2. All right, pay him the $2. Oh, pay the $2.
Appreciate you, man. Thanks for supporting the show. Full Revolution, you still there? Unmute your mic. There you go. Now talk. Your mic was muted, now it's unmuted. Go ahead, talk. Can't hear it. All right. Just beam back in. Yeah, good shit though. Shout out to Full Revolution.
It's me and Jay-Z though. That's what's up though, man. She brought up some great points. It was all good just a week ago. Oh my God. Man, that was a great point, man. Like, yeah, and I know me traveling Jay-Z, it was crazy because even the people who weren't fucking with East Coast music, You Must Love Me and all like that, Jay-Z had that dope boy connection where it didn't matter about back when hip hop was very regional. You could relate to some dope boy shit because there was always a dope boy in your region. And so Jay-Z had that market he could tap into. And so shout out to Food Revolution for bringing that up. That was that was something that also Marshall he could touch on, but he didn't have that connection. He was more of a hip hop connection, while Jay-Z connected on as far as food, as far as the culture, both street and black culture.
Go ahead, Food Revolution.
Where did we leave off? I don't know where I dropped off.
You was in the middle of talking and your mic cut off. You was saying we was talking about who had the bigger impact, and you said, yeah, I talked to some people in Australia, and yeah, they know more about Eminem. And I was like, really? I would think Jay-Z would be over the top, hitting the billionaire status, married to Beyonce. I mean, he introduced the world to Kanye West, Rihanna, to name a few.
Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. Can you hear me? Did you hear me?
Yeah, well, the funny thing about that is that growing up in the 80s and 90s culture of hip hop, to be honest with you, like where I heard a lot of the underground stuff coming from was mostly the white boys, for the simple fact that they had access to music I wasn't allowed to listen to, growing up. You know what I'm saying? Their parents were allowing them to buy, the Lukes and the this and that with the parental advisory. So I think when they finally got, when they took that hit from Vanilla Ice, they were so happy to get Eminem that they kind of just like, I'm not fled to him, but they kind of like resonated with him a little bit more. They were just so happy to hear a white MC that was really like up there with them. And it's so funny that when I think about it nowadays, I hate to say it, you probably will disagree. Jay-Z wouldn't be Jay-Z if he didn't get with Beyonce.
You broke up. You say if he didn't get with Beyonce? Oh man, what happened? She dropped off again. She's still here, but her audio is it faded out. She said Jay-Z wouldn't be Jay-Z if it wasn't for Beyonce. He was already Jay-Z though. He was huge. Jay-Z he was putting up Will Smith numbers. Jay-Z was ghostwriting for a lot of people, man. Jay-Z was that dude for a minute before he got with Beyonce. I think he definitely boosted her career, though. I think he definitely boosted her career because you can hear the writing sometimes in her music. You can hear the Jay-Z in her music, like songs like "Upgrade You." You can hear the pen.
Oh yeah,
and a lot of. But go ahead, Clips.
Was that coming from you, or is that me doing that with the feedback?
No, you could go ahead.
Okay, but yeah, and that's another thing that. Unless somebody's gonna tell me something I don't know. I don't know if Marshall's pen is as impactful as Jay-Z as far as some of your favorite artists' songs were written by Sean Carter. And if you got a real musical ear, you could just hear it. Hell, Eminem did songs that Jay-Z wrote.
Well, hold on, he wrote what song did Jay-Z write for Eminem?
Forgot About Dre.
What you mean? Eminem wrote that.
Nigga, listen to motherfucking Dr. Dre's verse.
I think Dr. Dre did an interview. Eminem. Nowadays, everybody want to talk like they got something to say, but nothing comes out when they move to live. Just a bunch of gibberish.
That's Marshall rapping everything. Yeah. But all the other stuff, he was on a song that Jay-Z wrote for.
You talking about Still Dre?
Still Dre? No, Dre's verses.
Let me see.
Jay-Z did most of them verses on that whole damn album for that. Anytime you hear Dr. Dre, and just listen, that's Jay-Z writing. They admitted to Still Dre after years. I was saying that in real time. You know what I'm saying? Listen to motherfucking Dre. That's Jay-Z. Me personally, Mad Skills and Jay-Z, I felt like I could always hear because I was big fans of both of them. And so I was calling out their ghostwriting before they started making it known that they wrote this nigga song. They wrote that nigga song. It was just like I would listen to it and be like, yo, that sound like Hove wrote that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Still Dre, The Watcher. And
yeah, I'm telling you, I'm looking this up. Jay-Z, Eminem wrote that whole song, bro.
He wrote the whole song.
Yeah, he wrote that whole song. He said, think Dre fell off? Could the firm flop? Yeah. That's all Eminem.
That is
Go ahead, Food Revolution. You back?
Yeah, sorry, that's the last time. I don't know. My StreamYard be tripping, but
Are you on iPhone?
yeah.
All right. Hey, look, if you use an iPhone, don't use Safari. You got to use the like Google Chrome or Firefox or something like that, because the iPhone don't StreamYard, like it's not compatible that well with iPhone. Like you guys will start off good, then it starts staticking, then bad shit start happening. So yeah, finish where you was left off. You was like, it wouldn't. You said Beyonce boosted Jay-Z, not vice versa,
which is something kind of strange. But you know what? I think they helped each other's culture. I think Beyonce brought him over to the pop culture and got him more kind of like spins on the pop records, top 40, and he got her more into the hip hop era of things, or he got more of the like hip hop lovers to kind of listen to her. I don't know. That's kind of the way it is. But Eminem, I guess they both have their own worlds. They have their own cultures. They kind of intertwine, but at the same time, Jay-Z and the whole billionaire shit, that's not hip hop. Nobody cares about that really. When it comes down to hip hop, people are really listening to the lyrics. So if you're really into like the lyricism of it all and the battle rapping, you're gonna like more Eminem. If you're into the good ass beats and the good choruses, then you're gonna like the Jay-Z. Jay-Z just has that more crossover. Like, you know how a lot of battle rappers, they're really great, like the Dragons and the, you know, all them, they're good, but they can't write choruses, so they don't cross over to commercial. But Jay-Z kind of like, he did that. He's a good battle rapper, at the same time he's a good commercial rapper. But everybody can't make that transition. But I think they just kind of helped each other. But we look at Jay-Z as how big he is and influential he is because of all of his business moves. But if you're a real hip hop fan, people don't really they don't really be looking at that, so they don't care. So it depends on where you're looking at, to where he was more influential business wise on a grand scale, or as an actual rapper.
Go ahead, Clips. You want to reply?
Reply to
okay. Anything. If not, I can just jump in with what I had to say.
Go ahead.
Food Revolution.
Mm-hmm.
You know I got love and respect for you. But I just agree with you on that, my sister, wholeheartedly. Like, this guy Jay-Z was already having commercial success before when he did the Hard Not Life joint. That was mega. It was huge. He was putting up, man. He broke the mold with that. Like, he's been hot since he came out. Solo too. Now he didn't piggyback off of group members that got swapped out every couple of years. No disrespect to the Queen Beyonce, but this guy Jay-Z wrote hits for him and other hits. Gave away hits, like mega hits. Some guys, their biggest record is a Jay-Z record. He was writing the Bugs Bunny shit for the Space Jam soundtrack. He wrote the Bugs Bunny rap. So I just think he had mega commercial success. Did their union help each other? Yeah, but man, the ladies already like Jay-Z, and the thugs and niggas who was fucking with hip hop was already rocking with him.
Of course. I mean, but I'm a hip hop fan, and I love R&B too, and I know the classic rock. I'm just a music fan. I'm just an audiophile, so I'm listening to it all. I'm talking about urban radio versus pop radio. Jay-Z was huge on urban radio. 92.3 The Beat in LA, huge. Power 106, huge. Were people going out and buying this album after he had a gang of spins on them? No, not really, until he got to the pop charts, when he was top 40. Because I don't know, I wasn't checking SoundScan way back then in the 90s. Nobody was really doing that until like 50 Cent and all that came out there and made it a big deal. But I would love to see what Jay-Z's SoundScans were from 96 to, when Reasonable Doubt came out, all the way to maybe like Crazy in Love.
But no, they was playing that It's a Hard Not Life on the top 100. It's a hard not life.
Top 40. Yeah, and MTV was giving him a lot of spin. So I mean, I can say
He
that.
was huge with that Hard Knock Life shit. That broke him out. He was out of here with that Hard Knock Life.
What else on that? What else on that album were they really spinning though?
Give It to Me. Give me that funk.
That's Dynasty. That's Rock La Familia.
Hard Knock Life. I gotta look up that playlist.
Hard Knock Life came out after Dynasty.
Yeah, the Hard Knock Life album. That now, when you talking about the singles, let me see. Let me look at it. What were they playing like on mainstream radio?
You know what they were playing? You know what they're playing off of In My Heart, no, there was In My Lifetime Volume 1 with that what was that shit that with Babyface, Sunshine.
Yes, that wasn't this album though. That was In My Lifetime Volume 1.
In My Lifetime Volume 1 basically just had Sunshine.
Yeah, that was the MTV joint. And it had that it was another joint up there. But this album though, before I forget, this album had the Hard Knock Life. That probably was on the top 100, but that Jigga What Jigga Who was huge. Money Cash Hoes was huge.
But it wasn't that's urban radio for sure.
Okay, but that Can I Get Her was mega. That was on the damn soundtrack too for Rush Hour. So that I know that was huge. They was definitely playing that one everywhere.
Yeah, that was kind of more to break Ja Rule out though. That I don't know.
Yeah, it was Ja Rule's song.
Were any of those songs that we mentioned big as Crazy in Love?
Hard Knock Life. That's it.
Yeah, Hard Knock Life.
I'm not gonna lie, shit. I would have to look at the numbers, but the impact. I'm gonna tell you this: Jay-Z still performs them shits. When I go see Hove, he gonna do that Jigga What Jigga Who. He gonna do that. Can you bounce with me? Bounce with me. Can you? Yeah, he gonna do that.
Who you with? People forget about that shit.
He don't perform that shit though. He don't do that. Who you with?
That shit was bigger than
Hard Knock Life. Look, Hove
but those weren't like those weren't pop radio sensations like Crazy in Love.
He might not even do Money Cash Hoes. He probably won't even do Money Cash Hoes. But he'll do Hard Knock Life. He gonna do Jigga What Jigga Who. He gonna do Can I Get Her? And he might do Money Ain't a Thing.
Okay. Let me ask you this. Is he gonna do those songs in Croatia or is he gonna do those songs at the O2 Arena in London?
I don't know. I can look up the tour. I'm sure he's out there on video. I know I've seen him. I've seen him perform several times in America.
There are different markets. That's what I'm saying. Jay-Z, when you're that big of a star, you know who to cater to and what songs is sing in what areas. Every artist
rap to R&B, and anyway though, right? It's like we could trying to compare Jay-Z rapping to Beyonce, a woman half naked on camera too. Let's not forget that she half naked half the time she performed, singing and dancing in 6-inch pumps.
Yeah, that's all really good. But I'm just talking about
she was a teenager.
I'm talking. She's a pop artist now. She's a major pop artist
And
now.
people
She's
grew
not
up
even
with
an
her.
R&B
She's
artist,
40, right? And people been watching her since she was 15.
right? And she was more of an R&B artist then, but after Crazy in Love, she became more of a pop artist. So that's when he popped on. He wasn't fucking with her when she was talking about and say my name. He wasn't with her on that shit. He got on her when she was on her first album with Crazy in Love, which was damn near an R&B album. It was an R&B album, but it was more of a pop album. That was her first commercial pop album. That's what launched her into a superstar.
That album, yeah. Well, that was her first solo album though, too. Everybody knew she was gonna be the one, but she had I thought that pop album was that one with If I Was a Boy.
Yeah.
And that shit.
Yes, the Single Ladies. Yeah, that had Single Ladies on it.
But wasn't that what about when they did when Destiny Child did the Charlie Baltimore? Oh, not Charlie Baltimore, that Charlie's Angel shit for the girls and all of that stuff.
Yeah, but those are soundtracks. Those are not the actual artist songs. Because if you want to talk about soundtracks like Jay-Z, okay.
Wasn't it on that album too? No, wasn't it on that album as well?
Which one?
The Beyonce. It was on a Destiny Child album.
I don't know. I wasn't really a Destiny Child fan, so I'm not really a huge Beyonce fan. But she's got hits, but I'm not a huge Beyonce fan. I'm more of a real when it comes to that. But
Ooh,
so if you would,
All my ladies, independent.
Yeah,
That
and
was
Survivor and all that shit. Yeah.
huge. Yeah, that was huge. It was pop. But
Okay, so if we want to
it's
talk
R&B
about
and soul.
soundtracks and what songs were hot on soundtracks, I don't mean to over talk you. I'm
No,
sorry.
no, no. But this was their album, though. It wasn't just the soundtrack. It was on their album.
Well, Jay-Z had some good songs on. Okay, no, and I'm sorry, Jay-Z. Eminem had great songs on 8 Mile. 8 Mile could be considered, I guess, an Eminem album, but it was more like a compilation.
It's listed as an Eminem album.
But he won his first. He won, what is it, an Oscar? He won an Oscar on Lose Yourself.
Yeah. Yeah, he won an Oscar for that.
Jay-Z has that what on Rush Hour soundtrack, but that was nothing compared to Lose Yourself.
It's a different type of song for a different. And he wrote. Yeah,
Are we comparing songs or artists?
Well, you brought up that song by that artist that won an Oscar, right?
Right, but we're talking about songs or artists.
We're talking about both. But in this situation, you brought up that song winning an Oscar. That artist didn't,
I was just talking about songs on soundtracks. I'm just trying to compare apples to apples. So songs by each one of these artists on a soundtrack and their impact.
And I was wrong. Eminem, that is not listed as an Eminem album. 8 Mile soundtrack. It's not. So I was incorrect on that.
Because that album actually broke 50 Cent with Wankster and I just want to love you for the rest of my life. What was that song? I want to hold you in the morning.
Wankster wasn't on this album, was it? 8 Mile?
Yeah.
Okay, it is up there. Okay, it is up there.
Now you want to debate me on 50 Cent? I got you.
Oh no, I ain't even trying to have no debate. I'm trying to have a conversation. Okay, cool. So what you saying with that? So this is listed as a Shady Records compilation, I guess.
Right.
And the sound,
it's like kind of like Dynasty Rock La Familia was more of a Rockefeller compilation.
But that's listed as a Jay-Z album.
I guess so. But he had everybody on
every song down there. I think except one.
Well, he's on every Rockefeller artist song. I mean album or songs. He was on all their songs. Like
no. That was his album. So it's basically his album, and he let everybody rap on his album.
But that's just, I guess, how it was listed on SoundScan. So.
What you mean?
Well, like I said, Jay-Z and his artists on Rockefeller, like most of them didn't have no songs that didn't have him on there. Versus Eminem, he did let his artists rock out on their own on a couple songs.
Yeah, I always didn't like that about Jay. Where
Me too.
I was like, man, why you don't stand beside those guys more and push them more?
Like I hated that when he came out with that was that your chick with Memphis Bleak? Because I like Memphis Bleak, and that was good. And then
I heard he wrote that whole
shit. Huh?
That was Jay-Z's song. I heard he wrote that whole shit.
Well, I'm sure he wrote it, but can't you let the nigga rock? I mean, we like Memphis. We like Memphis Bleak.
I think he did that too because he wanted to get that verse off. He was dissing Nas.
Yeah.
Or that he was sneak dissing Nas.
With the one with Missy on it. Yeah.
That was
long. She mad at me. Room 112 hotel balcony.
Yeah.
Telling me to hit it raw.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like he's talking about being in. That's why he even brought up. That's why in that video.
He's talking about Nas's baby mama, huh?
Yeah. That's why in the video they in the car in that car scene in that video.
Right.
According to Jay, that's why I went down one time too. He was like,
posters from my open hand when I toasted. Yeah. That was hard. That was hard, but I'm like, but that's Memphis' song. Like I was waiting for Memphis to blow. He was waiting for a long time. That nigga was like the sidekick forever. He was the little C's to Biggie for a long time. Like I was wanting to see what he was gonna do, and it was pretty good with the first version I heard. And then Jay-Z had to take over, and I'm like, I don't care for that part of it.
Memphis can get paid for that shit for the rest of his life, though.
But at the same time,
Memphis record.
But at the same time, it was all about the independent labels, and everybody was talking about, oh yeah, these independent labels, black labels. But I'm like, yeah, but you got to look at the rosters. Like, well, Diddy did the same thing too for all of his. Well, actually, he didn't. He let his R&B artists be R&B artists. He let Total be Total. He let 112 be 112. But then he jumped on the remix. But when you compare him to like No Limit or whatever, like they had their own albums. He wasn't jumping like Master P wasn't jumping on every single song on all of the artists, albums. So
Well, also they had KLC Beats by the Pound.
Beats
just
by the Pound
cranking
was hard.
Yeah, they did that production team was monsters. And so you know what I'm saying, P was allowed to, hey yo, I just signed this. I just signed this dope producer and artist from Georgia named Mark Nash. Hey Mark, you can do whatever you gonna do. Here goes some money. Oh yeah, here goes my production team. I tell you what, can you give me an album within a couple months? We'll put it together. We'll put you together. Like that's how the No Limit business model was structured. Jay-Z was looking at it as Rockefeller. He approached it like Rockefeller being like a team, and he's the star player, and he's building a team around it. And so, you know, he wanted everybody's introduction kind of was focused on how they fit into that group.
I think he didn't want anybody else slowing down the momentum that they had.
Exactly. He had a good momentum.
So
that
he had to write.
Hold on. You said say that again, Food.
Yeah.
You said he didn't want anybody slowing down the momentum that they had. You talk about the label,
Rockefeller? The label, yeah, the label Rockefeller, because they had that Arista money and they had to keep the money coming. So
right,
they had to chart, and everybody can't. Like I said before, everybody can't write a good hook.
Right, but he knows he can, and so that's what I'm saying. He's looking at it like a team, and I'm the star player. Like, listen, all I need you to do is go on and put me in position. I'll make these shots, but I need you to play these roles. Meanwhile, the No Limit business model was, I got this dope artist, check him out. I jump on maybe one or two songs, maybe put Mark Nash on a song with this other artist.
Say, every now and then, right?
And I could just fall back to the Nash be Nash. You feel what I'm saying? But Jay-Z's looking at it as like, no, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to bring the ball up the court. All right, I need you to get on the low block. Then I'm going to feed it to you. And you know what I'm saying? I'm going to feed it to you on the block.
That's what 50 Cent did the same thing with G-Unit.
Exactly.
But at the same time, it was kind of 50-50 because Lloyd Banks did have his lyrics. Yayo kind of had his little thing, and then they brought Buck in. I honestly think Buck is way better than Yayo.
Say that again.
I think Young Buck's lyrics are better than Tony Yayo's.
But Buck would be doing too much though. You know what I'm saying?
He'd be all out of character. Yeah,
man. And he didn't. You got to stay close to the fire, man. Like you got to stay close to the fire. You know what I'm saying? If you want to stay hot, and
he was a loose cannon.
Tony Yayo always stay close to the fire, like because they was friends first.
Right.
For all of this shit. I want to say this though. I'll play this little clip real quick. You had brought up about how Jay-Z was like he wanted to keep the momentum going. This is a classic clip. Jay-Z on the Breakfast Club telling everybody in the building 50 Cent is coming.
Oh, I remember
one time walking in the studio, bleak beans, everybody was in there, and I was like, man, I'm telling you, man, y'all got a chance right now, just flood it, put out a lot of music because 50 Cent is coming. And 4 months later, in the club hit and it was over. And it was just like, okay, now everybody got to sit on the sidelines and wait this tidal wave out. And I remember.
Go. It was over, and that tidal wave didn't stop for a couple years. He said, y'all got to wait this tidal wave. Shit. He said, so it sounded like Jay was telling y'all got to work. He said, 4 months later, these dudes, y'all didn't flood it. I told y'all to flood it.
They had created a beast. They created a beast because Jay-Z was talking about that shit off of How to Rob and Steal.
He said they created beefs?
Beast.
Oh, created beast. Oh,
they created a beast.
They created, to where it's like what.
I wanted her to finish clips real quick because this is our first time ever been on the panel. So I want her to finish saying it. Go ahead, Food Revolution.
Well, I think he was going off of the momentum of How to Rob and Steal, just the balls that 50 Cent had coming after everybody in the industry. And then the nigga got shot and he got dropped. And for him to come back like he did, he's like, this is unheard of. Like, this shit don't happen every day. So, him being the smart man that he is, he's like, he was trying to warn everybody, like, you need to hurry up because this nigga really is going to rob and steal the industry for real. And he did.
Go ahead, Clips.
I was just thinking that, knowing how the thing worked. Okay, so by the time Robert Still, like she says, doing all like that. 50 Cent was already making noise in New York. And so, you know, him getting shot, you know, and all like that, that's news. But remember, Jay's cool with Dre. So, and this is around the time that Jay would have been probably, you know what I'm saying, still writing and shit like that for that, you know, Chronic 2000, you know, album. So around the time where Eminem is and his team, he's probably hearing some of the early Cook-Up.
Robin Still was early.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Like on the West Coast, we didn't know about that shit until way after the
Right.
club had came out.
You feeling me, March? He's, you know, on some studio shit. You know how like motherfuckers will hear about this artist and this artist doing an album, say in 2025, but they don't know these niggas actually been rocking since 22, just on the Cook-Up, but they're doing their own things right now. You know what I'm saying? But if you in them circles, you're seeing that, yeah, these niggas is around each other and they fucking around. Like they getting tight. Like, you know, M ain't signed this nigga yet. But y'all don't understand that while, you know what I'm saying, when I'm on the West Coast, I'm seeing this nigga on the West Coast.
Who?
I'm talking about like Jay. I'm talking about like Jay. You know, Jay's like trying to explain to these niggas about 50. Like he's coming. You know, he's seeing the Cook-Up. Like this nigga's out here. This nigga is out here with Dre.
Years, but that was he didn't get with Dre then. It was years later though.
You're not listening to me. He's seeing years later in the build up. Like if it comes out in 2005, 2025, like I said, sometimes these motherfuckers have been fucking around since like 2022, like really tough. To where somebody like Jay's probably, yeah, he's noticing 50s around. He's noticing 50s around these niggas. And nah, it ain't, you know, ain't no pen been to paper yet, but it's like, yeah, it's probably coming. And so he's telling these niggas, yeah, you know what?
That's not the way I've always heard the story though. I don't recall 50 being around them for 4 years and then he dropped, or 3 years. And
no,
then
50.
No, when he got over there, it was. Yeah. As soon as he got over there, bro, it was working and he was out of here. It wasn't he was over there for 2, 3, or 4 years.
No. 50 created a new model.
About that timeline you brought up though, Clips. For that timeline to be accurate, it would have to be 2000, 2001, because the album dropped in 2001. So that means they probably worked on it the year before. 50 Cent was not around them in 99 and 2000.
No, but 50 had so much momentum in the street
shot until 2000. So everything that happened with 50, came up after that. He wasn't around them then. He didn't get shot in 2000.
50 came out with that Nobody Likes Me, that same shit that was on Get Rich or Die Trying. Yeah. He came out with that in like 99, and then he got shot. That's when 50, if you look at the videos, he was a little young, chubby dude. Yeah. And then he got shot, and then he got in shape. So he had street momentum. He created the model that everybody has to be. That's when they start. Well, that's when they start really having like A&Rs on the record labels. No artist in development anymore. And he got out there in the streets, and he just flooded the streets with all of his music and all of his videos. And so that happened just before he got shot. And then who was it? Capitol or Arista? Who was he on? I can't remember who.
I believe it was Capitol.
Go. I thought he was with Tone and Pope.
Well, those are the producers, but the record label, he was on the
but he was signed to Tone and Pope though.
No, he was with Jam Master Jay.
I thought
there was a lot of heads in the pot, but she's talking about the power of a dollar shit, and that's what I was saying.
The power of a dollar, exactly. So what was that, Capitol? Because he did some shit with J-Lo.
I'll look it up. So we ain't got
He did some shit with J-Lo, and that's kind of what started, like, kind of fueled the beef with him and Murder Inc. and all of them, because he did some shit with J-Lo, and then he got shot, and then J-Lo started fucking with Murder Inc. And when he, started coming back into the streets, J-Lo didn't want to fuck with him no more because Irv was saying don't fuck with him no more.
But yeah, Seafood Revolution, that's what I was saying. Like, Mark's confusing my timeline. I'm talking about Jay's watching the work. 50's already doing the moves himself.
Exactly.
He's doing the moves, so Jay's peeping. And then all of a sudden, it's like, yeah, these guys are really interested in him over, these guys over here are really interested in him. You know what I'm saying? He knows that Jay's peeping the Cook-Up. That's what I'm saying. Jay's peeping, like, yeah, there's a perfect storm building because this kid already.
Yeah, that's when the beef. Remember when the beef?
This kid already has got
DVDs were out.
Yeah, but that was a different time though. I'm telling y'all.
But that was that was the early that was like
He's
99,
watching the
2000,
build-up
2001.
to where that's what I'm saying. Jay's watching the build up
right
to where time he's saying two beans in there.
At that time, Jay is seeing people come and go. That 50 Cent didn't have a 4-year build up like that.
Actually, he did. He was
no man. 50 Cent did How to Rob.
Remember,
he said How to Rob, and that shit went away. And that nigga went away, bro.
No, he got shot.
That's what I'm saying. He went away. Like even after that song came and went. He didn't get shot the week after that. He didn't get shot that month. Like he kept putting out music. That shit just wasn't clicking. Shit just wasn't clicking.
I know that Ghetto Quran. I know niggas who bumped 50 Cent. I know motherfuckers who. I know niggas who really fucked with him.
And that's when he got shot, and he went away for a while.
But can you tell me
back with Eminem like next month, next year, that same year?
Can you tell me another underground artist at that time who came out with something that was going at every single person in the industry at the same time?
Thank you. Talk to him.
That wasn't at that time.
Everybody was afraid to go at Jay. Everybody was afraid to go at everybody. He went at Missy. He went at Timbaland. He went at Jay. He went at Nas. He went at everybody on that album, on that song, that one song.
Look, Dreams of Fucking R&B Bitch was out. Biggie did that before, right? So he went.
Biggie had been dead for like 5 years by that time that came out.
No, you said has anybody ever did a song like that? I thought.
No, at that time I said the underground artist at that time who was going at everybody in the industry, because you got to understand everybody was going along to get along. Everybody was about the big chains and the medallions and clicking up and trying to be, friends with everybody at the same time, but trying to, doing a little beef or whatever, yada yada, but it wasn't really no beef. And Jay-Z and 50
each other, and it was real shit. It wasn't like some clout chasing shit like 50 did, where he just made a song about everybody,
But people didn't understand that. People weren't that intelligent at the time. Now we have social media, and it kind of.
When did the Mad Rapper do it? When did the Mad Rapper do it?
Mad Rapper was doing it around the same time, but remember, Mad Rapper was really out here robbing niggas, and 50 Cent.
Oh no, the Mad Rapper was a producer.
Exactly, but he was really out here doing shit. Like
Derek D. Angeletti was a street nigga.
Mad Rapper or Mad Skills?
I'm talking about the Mad Rapper, Derek D. Angeletti. Papa Doc.
Not D. Dot. No.
D. Dot went out here doing that. No. But I said that to say he did do a diss record around that time.
50 was different though.
50 and I'm telling you, he just had the commercial ear.
I get y'all on that. But when 50 Cent is coming, what he's talking about at that point, 50 Cent is already signed to Eminem. He is already over there, Dr. Dre. Yes.
I don't think so.
Yes, that's the time.
No, because that would be he's already here. Because you forgot that
one time walking in the studio, bleak beans. Everybody was in there, and I was like, man, I'm telling you, man, y'all got a chance right now. Just flood it. Put out a lot of music.
He said right now, just flood it, because that guy is over there working on his album.
50 Cent is coming. And
he's coming, not here.
4 months later in the club.
4 months. 4 months that's the time it take to finish up the album, mix and master it, package it, shoot the video.
But he already had Wangster out.
That's what I'm saying. Even with that, that's what I'm saying. That Wangster, all of that shit is out, but that is not during the same time of How to Rob. How to Rob was years before that.
Mark, you just proved my point, and you're still you're missing. Listen,
no, I ain't proving none of y'all points, man. I don't even know why this got to be such a big argument. I mean, it is what it is. Like, I'm just telling you that it won't 2000, 2001 when he's saying 50.
I'm saying that. I'm saying Jay-Z's watching the cook-up. He knows who 50 Cent is.
Right.
I never said he didn't know 50 Cent. He did. He said, I'm about $1. What the fuck is 50 Cent?
No.
He didn't say that. But 50 Cent wasn't coming then.
That was before Get Rich came out.
Yeah, right. 50 Cent dissed him. He replied to 50 Cent in a diss. Jay-Z been doing that.
Right. He knows who this kid is. So
this is a circular argument.
He knows about the kids.
Right, for revolution.
Like you said, like you just said, them 4 months later, and then it's like you got to wait this
4
out.
4 months later, not 4 years, Clips, like you were saying.
Stop. Stop, Mark. I'm saying the years Jay-Z's watching the cook up. He knows who this kid is. He knows on his own this kid was somebody who I even had to say something to. You know what I'm saying? I even had to whatever.
I get it, but you brought up Jay-Z working with Dr. Dre.
Me off again, no.
You brought up Jay-Z was writing. You brought up the time when he was writing for Dre.
Exactly. By the time he's cool with Dre, because Jay-Z's got a long-standing relationship with Dre and them. So by the time he's seeing him with Dre and them, even before anyone
right, that's
signed,
Columbia. It was Columbia.
Thank you. Exactly. Columbia, not Capital. Thank you. You know what I'm saying? He's seeing, and he's like, yo, I know what's about to happen.
That's
y'all
exactly what he was saying.
4 years later.
That's exact. I didn't say 4 years later. I'm saying he's known for years about both Dre. He knows Dre. He knows how they do. He knows how them. He knows how the Dr. Dre machine works. He knows how 50 Cent, the artist,
the
and the
Interscope, Jimmy Iovine,
and he's seeing these two things converge. Y'all niggas better get y'all shit together. That's exactly what I said. You're the one who's making all the other things.
No, you brought up back when he was writing for Dre, and I looked up when he wrote for Dre, and that's where I got that year from. I'm very clear-minded.
Around this time, he's doing that. He's working with Dre on own projects at different times during these years where he knows how this machine works, is what I was saying. Okay. He knows how that machine works. And so, 50 around him? Yo.
Yeah, Jay-Z wrote Still
Dre.
Still Dre,
exactly.
Yeah.
And that's what that
was 99. Was that like 99?
It was 2001.
No, that was on Chronic 2001, which came out in like 1999.
Okay, let's Google that.
99, 2000. So technically, you know how sometimes albums are and songs are. Technically, them songs could all got recorded within the same 4-month span and just came out differently. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
He's watching. He knows the machine.
So he was watching. Okay, he was watching 50 Cent in 2001 for this for 99 for this album.
No, before that, he was watching them in like 99.
He was watching them when he watched the guy when the guy said, "I'm about $1. What the fuck is 50 Cent?"
That was like wait, because you gotta remember
50 because 50 had already did How to Rob.
Right. He knows what I just said.
He was replying to him.
Of Dr. Dre and Interscope Records. He works with. He knows the machine of Interscope Records and Dr. Dre. He's worked with them before. He knows what that
Nobody denied that, Clips.
He knows the man.
50 Cent is not around at that time, though, is what I'm saying.
Listen, yes, he knows who 50 Cent is on New York shit. He had to even address it. Power of a Dollar.
We all knew he was. Right.
He knows that. He knows. So he's not an idiot. He's seeing the two things converging.
Not only did he see Power of a Dollar.
I can smoke a bag of that, Clips.
You just, you want to argue, man. You see what I'm saying?
No. I see what you're saying. When you put it that way, that's different than how you first initially worded it. But when you say that way, I can agree with that.
Yeah, and he's seeing it, and he's telling these niggas, yo, y'all niggas better get y'all shit together. That's like, imagine the illest motherfucking rapper in your name, this little kid who you know is bananas because when you out taking out your trash, you know what I'm saying, in your neighborhood, you're seeing the motherfuckers around him so much that you walk down the street to get a list of like, what the fuck's going on? And you're like, yeah, the kid nice. And then all of a sudden, you hear Quality Control or whatever signed him.
Right.
You're like,
Right.
Shout
out to President Jafar. He said How to Rob was 1999, Columbia Records. Wangster was Interscope, 2001.
I got 5 on it.
All right.
Yeah.
Shout out to my boy Shadow Band in the building. What up, family? How you feel? Got Latavia in here. Salute. All right. Shout out to Outlaw Boxing. I see you, homie. Welcome home. All right.
Yeah. But like Food Revolution, you being more West Coast based, like, you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of us, we got, especially 80s, 90s era kids, we got conditioned to how that Interscope will roll out an artist. We know what it is. After Snoop Dogg, that blueprint was etched in our mind. You know
the whole Death Row era, period.
Exactly. We know what it is. You're going to see this nigga on a couple tracks, and then you about to get this album in a year. And this album about to be some shit, and he's probably about to be heavy on the soundtrack.
And Food Revolution, you were correct. Chronic 2001 dropped 1999 on November the 16th.
Right.
Yes, ma'am.
So it was all around the same time. He's watching the cook up. Technically, them songs could have been recorded in that same 3 or 4 month span.
Shit, back then, shit, them songs could have been recorded in 1998.
Well, not only that,
97 and 98, because Dr. Dre was working on albums for a long time.
Not only that, if I'm a record label executive, or if I'm somebody who's trying to look for what's hot, I'm gonna look at somebody like 50 Cent's gonna pop up on my radar because 50 Cent changed the game. He was ahead of the game as far as now we have these singles, versus like, we used to have albums in the whole iTunes era. He was on top of that shit. He didn't lose no money on it because he was putting out all of these mixtapes. He's the mixtape king. So he's coming out with all the girl, I like it when you climb on top. The muscle feel tighter than a headlock and all that shit. And he was just like single after single after single. And that shit was damn near getting radio play. And those were just mixtapes. Nobody was doing that shit before 50 Cent. He changed the game with that shit. But there would be no what's it 400 what's the name Little Wayne. There wouldn't be no Wayne if it wasn't no 50 Cent in the model that he put out there, because in between the time that album stopped selling and iTunes and all that shit started popping, you had to get hot off of mixtapes, and he took that shit from 50 Cent.
But 50 Cent wasn't the first one to do a mixtape, though. Can we be clear about that?
No, he wasn't the first one to do a mixtape, but he was the one to make sure that you had to keep on flooding the streets with that shit over and over and over. He had series. People didn't have mixtape series.
Well, people did, actually. I have to disagree.
I remember they used to do the Bad Boy joint. I think it was the Bad Boy mixtape series used to come out.
And Desert Storm.
Well, yeah, but that was around the same time. Desert Storm and the DJ Clue and the, what's his name? That little light skin
going on.
You said the little light skin. Who are you talking about, fool?
What's his name? That used to be the one that looked like Drake.
Who looked like Drake back then?
Was it the mixtape? He was a Gangster Grills.
Oh, DJ Envy. I mean, Drama. DJ Drama.
Yes.
Stop it.
No.
Never heard of it.
That was Jeezy and them.
Hey, Food Revolution.
That's later though. That's way later. By the time Jeezy came out.
You thinking way later? That's like that was way all this.
Only reason
2010.
I'm gonna tell you, Food Revolution. Only reason I categorize it like this is because I can remember where I was living at. Like I remember when I was in the Army, when I got out the Army, when I moved to Baltimore, when I went to North Carolina, when I came to Atlanta, I know where I was living at, kind of where these guys was never even. Jeezy did not exist when I was in Korea. You get what I'm saying?
Well, Jeezy never popped on the West Coast like that.
What was happening around that time was Jay-Z versus Nas. You get what I'm saying?
Jeezy never popped on the West Coast.
Really?
He never really popped on the West Coast, period.
You said Jeezy didn't pop in your hood?
I can be honest with you. Like, by that time,
I'm
West
40.
Coast radio was playing about. That's when West Coast radio really died, because West Coast was playing about the same 10 songs every 5 seconds on the radio.
What year?
This was about 06, 07.
When I first heard about Jeezy, I moved to Atlanta. It was December 2004, and he had a CD called Hard and Soft. It was a red disc and a blue disc.
The first time I heard Jeezy was on the Boys in the Hood, when he was still kind of signed to Bad Boy or whatever.
Oh shit! No, Boys in the Hood
with
was
Jody Breeze and
he was signed as a solo artist to Def Jam.
Right, but that was kind of like separate. But I thought it was a group, but at the same time he was separate. But nobody was really feeling no damn Jeezy. He was kind of like an afterthought of the gangster rap era. He was still trying to keep something going that was kind of dying at the time.
His first album went crazy though.
I ain't gonna lie.
Down south and East Coast like him, but not West Coast.
I ain't gonna lie. The first time I heard Jeezy, I was late to Jeezy. First time I heard Jeezy was at 5 o'clock. And it's so funny because me and one of the founding members, we always laugh because we always use that as an example. We just liked him. We didn't think he was lyrical or nothing. We just liked him because we knew he was a real nigga without having to know this nigga or knew he was around some real shit. Just because the very first line I ever heard him ever say is, "It's taking too long to lock up, bring it back." The shit was fucked up, but man, I wouldn't even know. I ain't opened up a whole thing since '94, and we just sitting there laughing.
Yeah, well,
because like it was like that wasn't something lyrical. That was something. Those were
like
little,
you gotta be there type shit. Like it's so specific.
We heard it all before. We got the Mexican cartels.
No. But I'm saying these.
Hold on. What she say? Hold on. What she say?
Yeah, we heard it all before out here in Cali. That was like he was an afterthought to that shit. We've been there, done that. We had the Mexican cartels. We had the gang, all the yayo talk and all that fucking birds and all the fucking. We already had heard that shit, so he was kind of an afterthought. Like, nigga, you coming in late to the game with this shit. We don't have strip clubs out here in the West Coast like that. He was getting pumped in the West Coast. I hadn't heard about BMF until about 7 years ago. We wasn't about no BMF. That's the shit that got him got him pumping or whatever. That was his street cred. That wasn't street cred for us. We knew Crips and Bloods, we know gangbangers, we know the essays, we know the street cartels, we know the fucking the Sinaloas and the motherfucking cartels in Mexico. That might get you a little bit hard if you know that shit. But we don't know about we didn't know about BMF. That was Midwest and down south and maybe a little bit of the East Coast in Miami or whatever. So we wasn't really feeling them. Like, okay, your street cred, we see you're big. We ain't hating on you, but you ain't really like popping with us on that. At that time, like the radio, even urban radio was starting to turn to kind of to Justin Bieber. Like they was really kind of turning away from rap. Like he was late to the game. 50 Cent was the last gangster rapper, basically, for that we heard over here that we gave credit. And he played that shit well.
Wow.
Okay. Go ahead, Clip.
I respect what you said and all.
People in the chat disagree with her though. My boy Deuce, he in Cali. He said Jeezy did pop everywhere. He said Air Forces was huge. My boy Philip A said you tripping, yo.
Yeah, there's a couple people who like Jeezy and Fat Ross, over here on the West Coast.
You call him Fat Ross?
Yeah.
I thought hold up. Everybody I know who follow my show, yo, and they on the Cali side of the game, they do not fuck with
he ain't the real Rick Ross.
They do not fuck with Rick Ross. Take the street signs and diameter. I don't think Deuce, you don't rock with him neither, do you? I think Deuce don't rock with him. Okay, but
bitch bad looking like a bag of munchies. I ain't fucking with that nigga. But
what you say look like a bag of munchies?
Yeah. Isn't that what he said?
Yeah. My bitch bad looking like a bag of money, not a bag of munchies.
Well, whatever.
Yo, Clips.
Fat, he was probably rapping about food. He's fat.
My bitch bad looking like a bag of munchies.
Yo, Food Revolution. I didn't know you was this funny.
Never heard of it.
Hilarious. I'm enjoying this.
He got his commercial rap. I mean, these are the commercial. We ain't hating on them for their money. Get your money, nigga. But you ain't no these so-called real niggas. You're about as real as Plies. Like y'all ain't no real niggas.
What? Now, what? Tell me how you feel about Plies. Let's go.
I like Plies. I like me some little Plies. I like him, but
he little Plies,
and he got his hits. There's a lot of people who get hits. This is, we're the land of Los Angeles, land of the scandalous. And I do know a few dudes who like Rick Ross and will go to his concerts, but it's a very few. You know what I'm saying? I mean, this is LA is a hard place to kind of break and get really, really big because
everybody there.
I love the Game, and Game is from Cali, but he ain't never really got as big as we really think he should because of his little emotional outbursts and stuff. We real critical over here. You know what I'm saying?
People always painting Game like he not who he said he was though.
That nigga's hard. That nigga can fucking rap his ass off.
He can rap circles around niggas, but he is like a chameleon. Like he can.
You never know what you're gonna get with
anybody. But also, I think he was on that show Change Your Hearts. People say he was a at one time, so I think that's what fucked him up.
Yeah, but everybody ain't mad at Ahmad B for taking ballet and tap dancing.
Because he was a child. Game was an adult man doing adult dancing. He was a grown man. He was a grown man going on Change Your Hearts. Like, I can't help it if my mom put me or my grandmama owned one of the most famous ballet studios in the city.
There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with tap dancing and shit.
Yeah, it's not the same. But but people did give a fuck though. Jay-Z murked him with that shit.
And same with what his name from the Migos. Migos, he was a dancer too.
Yeah. But so you don't think that's what hurt Game a little bit out there on the West Coast Food Revolution?
No, I think it's his little flip flop emotional outburst. You know what I'm saying? One minute he like I love 50, the next minute he like $500 bars or 400 bars or whatever, and then the next minute he's like, I want to get back, just the flip flop. We can't follow all of that. Like either is you is or you ain't. So that kind of fucks with your credibility. Kind of like with we like who did I say earlier from nigga from Tennessee? Was it Cashville, Tennessee? What's the nigga?
Young Buck.
Yeah, we like him too. But when we see you in the grocery store and you with somebody that maybe we don't know what they are, that kind of messes with your credibility. I'm not saying that's not right. I'm not saying it's wrong, but there's people out here that will judge you.
Could that be also another thing that why there's certain elements of our culture who we kind of look at Marshall like, because
I don't like the over emotions. I just feel like you don't need to share everything that's on your mind every time it's on your mind. Like, especially when you're high and drunk, you need to just kind of like,
and especially like you say, you from LA, right? You know what I'm saying? You from LA. You say you grew up around the element and shit,
right.
like, and when you're a certain way, it's like, if you're gonna be expressive, you can be expressive. If you're gonna be passionate, you can be passionate. That's why we love Tupac.
You got to stick to the script out here, or else people are they're gonna question your character.
Yeah, by protocol. If you're gonna be snapping, if it's a fuck you moment, give the person a genuine fuck you moment.
Right.
But it can't be, what I'm saying, but you can't be the roller coaster. We don't do the roller coaster.
Right. Either you is or you ain't. Either you want to be on Santa Monica Boulevard or you want to be in Boston.
You gonna stop, man.
I mean, we love you. Whatever you want to be is what you want to be, but we just need to know what you want to be, so you can act accordingly and be with a group of people who support you the most.
Right.
That's all I'm saying. Some people might not want to support you on Santa Monica. Some people only want to support you in Compton. Some people only want to support you in Bompton. You know what I'm saying? We just, we kind of separated like that. It's all good.
What part of California you from?
Huh?
What part of California? What part of California are you from?
I'm originally from the Silicon Valley, but I grew up in the San Fernando Valley, which is
Hold up, I know your Silicon. I know I ain't. I thought I heard somebody from Silicon Valley say
Silicon Valley.
What the fuck are you on, man? I know you ain't up here talking no gangster shit, and you.
No. I grew up in Los Angeles.
I bet
the majority of my life, 30 years.
I bet.
In the San Fernando Valley.
I bet. You said it was right the first time, Silicon Valley.
Yeah, I left there in 89.
Man, I don't know how old you are. I don't know how old you were in 89. You could have been 20 years old in 89.
I'm 43.
Okay, so all right. So you was a kid too.
I don't really remember that much of that. More of that, they got more like Mexicans and like with Jeezy's girl, his wife is from San Jose. She's from they have a lot of Vietnamese up there. They have a lot more Asians up there. But I grew up in the San Fernando Valley in an area in a time in like 93. I moved there in 93, and kids were getting bussed out to my schools from LA because the schools were so bad out there in LA. So niggas was going to Crenshaw, niggas was going to Dorsey, niggas was going to Jordan High School, and they were smart. And so to get them away from that element, they were getting bussed out to like Taft. That's where Ice Cube went, and his family still lives out there in Woodland Hills. So most of them celebrities that you see, most of these gangsters that you see live in the San Fernando Valley. Ice Cube lives in the San Fernando Valley. Most of the people that you see that make it in LA move to the San Fernando Valley, which is a suburb, the 818, the Kardashians and all that shit. So, everybody who claim LA, maybe they lived there when they were little, but they probably ain't seen LA streets since they was like 4 or 5 because their parents moved out there to get them away from the harsh realities. And then from the San Fernando Valley, they moved to like Lancaster and Palmdale, which is the high desert, which is kind of near like where Ryan Garcia is from in like Victorville, because in the 90s, it got so bad, like everything started getting flooded and they started getting chased out of the valley. They started moving to Lancaster and Palmdale because they were getting those Section 8 chits and getting, like the nice houses for cheap in like the late 90s. And so now that shit's turned out because everybody was moving their gangster brother or sister out of there to get them away. And what did they do? Go out there and start gangs. So that's what it is out here now. But everything's getting regentrified anyway. Everything's going to be too expensive for most people anyway, so it don't really matter. But in the 90s, you had a lot of mix from the San Fernando Valley and the Los Angeles area.
All right, let me read a couple of these comments. President Jafar said, my mom shipped my badass to Barbados to be raised by my grandma. Reg said, salute to Stephen Bateman in Australia. I left Brooklyn in 89, grimy ass Flatbush. It was somebody said you grew up around white folks. Yeah, you grew up around them people.
Really more Mexicans.
Okay, shout out to my essays out there. Go ahead, Clips.
Yeah, shout out to you, Food Revolution. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to you. You know what I'm saying? Going to stand up for your shit. Like, nah, don't be trying to play me like I'm a studio gangster. That's still gangster going on for now.
All the studios are out there in the San Fernando Valley too, North Hollywood.
Look at you. I hear you trying to stand up for your shit. Like
Pan Am is out there. That's where Death Row recorded. So
stand up for yourself, Food Revolution. Say no.
Tupac used to be out there at fucking Universal City Walk getting the girls with the fucking outlaws.
I'm not speculating. I have the information. I'm not speculating.
Go ahead, sis. You can't speculate.
Niggas be out here. They don't be out there.
They don't.
They shoot the videos out there, and they live out here. They run to the hills.
Shout out to you for living a good life, then. I ain't mad at your shit. Only in our community, we were like, oh, you lived around, you went to a good school and lived in a good neighborhood.
But listen, back then, we didn't have no black hair products. So we used to be out there at the slots and swap meet so we could get the black hair products. So we could get the
you over there culturally appropriating. That ain't your culture.
No, that's not my culture.
That was the only time she went to the hood, when she wanted to get her motherfucking
that's not my culture. No, I didn't raise my sons out there.
I ain't even hear what she said. What you say, Food Revolution?
Listen, no, that's not my culture. I did not raise my sons out there.
And what, out where?
Out in, like, Slauson area or whatever.
Did you have family out there where you would visit often and stuff?
No, like my family's up in like Oakland. They were in Oakland, but like I said, a lot of these areas became so ridiculously expensive. Like a lot of my family is relocated to like Vegas and Reno. So
they force you out.
I mean, when you paying $2,200 a month for a Section 8 apartment,
how much of a Section 8 gonna pay?
I don't know. I've never been on Section 8, but
where I'm from, if it's 2,200, Section 8 gonna pay 21.
No, if it's 2,200 out here, Section 8 might pay like 1,500 or something like that, maybe. I think so. It's still really expensive.
She need a new case manager. She need a new case manager. Somebody need to rework her. Somebody need to send them pay stubs in with some alterations. But go ahead, I pass the mic.
That's a whole other side of the game. Some people don't understand the lifestyle, Mark. You know what I'm saying? Right. But I do understand though. But back to the hip hop. What I liked about it is like what she's alluding to earlier about the regionalism. When you have places that were very steeped in gang or street culture, there's certain elements about people's character that, we could see the extremes, but they can't be like back to back. Like, you know what I'm saying? Does that make sense, Food Revolution? Like somebody like, you know what I'm saying? Like game, you could be 500 bars, but like you said, you literally can't be the next time I see you on the internet, you trying to apologize and try
exactly.
Like,
well, you can't be Brenda's got a baby. And then you can't be turned around and I get around.
Why not?
Unless you really can't finesse it like that. But that was a different era.
Shit.
I have no problem with those two extremes. But the average person, the average consumer can't follow you like that.
Fuck that. I disagree, Food Revolution. Hell no. Why I can't have dualities to my life? Like, why Martin Nash can't? Oh, yeah. Get out of here then, nigga. She don't want to take the smoke. Get the fuck up out of here.
Never heard of it.
The fuck off. No, I'm joking. She probably just dropped off. I'm joking. It was her first time on the panel. I said, I changed my tone. She was like, you know what? I'm out of here, nigga. She said, I've seen your show.
I ain't got to put up with this shit.
I ain't got to put up with this shit. I'm a grown ass woman. I'm 43 years old, nigga. Ain't nobody about it. No. But I totally disagree on that. Seriously, though. Seriously. But Clips, that's what made our legends. Like Jay-Z have songs like You Must Love Me. You know what I'm saying? In that song, he talks about shooting his brother, which is a true thing that happened, which is wow. Also in You Must Love Me, Jay-Z talks about selling his mom some dope, sending his girl with the pet to go to make the drug run. And he talks about like, yo, you did all of that. And, you know, basically he sounded like he was shielded from protection. You know what I'm saying? That girl didn't snitch on him. His brother didn't snitch on him. You must love me. And all the fucked up shit I did. When you hear songs like The Evils, when you hear Tupac talks about Dear Mama, keep your head up, but he can still do a Hail Mary. You know what I'm saying? He can still do that's why I fucked your bitch, you fat motherfucker. Take money. Oh, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love that. Why can't we, like that song California Love? It's a beautiful record. I'm talking about
the remix better.
You talking about the one to Live and Die in LA, right?
Yeah.
That's what to me, that's California Love. I meant to say, but it's called To Live and Die LA, but it's California Love Part 2, right? But it's a beautiful record. Wouldn't be LA without Mexicans, Black Love, Brown Proud, in the sets. Like this shit is a beautifully written record. Like, why can't artists show more duality? Why do we have to be put in a box? Food revolution.
I didn't say that that's what was needed. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Because I'm back.
You heard a clip. She said, "Cause I'm back, nigga."
Yeah, heard you, motherfucker. Mark, she outside with her shirt off, Mark.
I'm so glad she's on the panel. I always see her in the chat. She is part of our neighborhood. She is a member, but it's good to actually chop it up with her because she has called in before. But to actually have her on the panel talking this hip hop talk,
major.
Wow, she know her shit, yo. Yeah, she don't chump me off a couple times up here. That was 99, motherfucker. Like, nope. That was on this album, and that was a soundtrack. 3 snaps in a circle. I was like, oh shit,
you're crazy.
Oh shit, she the female version of Megazord type shit. Like, she just like a hip hop encyclopedia over here. And she, except for with that Jeezy though, you was wrong on that, according to the chat. Chat was like, you tripping. But you're doing a hell of a job on your first time on this panel, man. I'm enjoying the conversation. But go ahead.
Well, I'm not saying that we can. I'm just saying you have to pick your demographic. You know what I'm saying? And the same thing doesn't apply to all of the demographic. But you know, artists got to understand everybody ain't gonna like you all of the time. You're not gonna appeal to all of the people all of the time. So I can take an artist and I like their diversity, just like you. You're an intelligent consumer. I'm not, saying no, nobody in the chat is, but I'm just saying it takes somebody looking outside of the box to say, okay, this person is.
I ain't saying y'all are. Martinez, you cool. Fuck the rest of the I can't even chop it up with you, bro. God.
No, I can't see none of their comments or anything like that. I can't respond to anything.
You didn't even give them the benefit of the doubt. You heard a clip. She said, I ain't saying none of the chat is, but you are an intelligent consumer, but these are some dumb niggas in your chat. But go ahead.
I'm not trying to say that's what I meant. I'm not saying that any of them are dumb, but I'm just saying I'm not trying to insult anyone at all. And who you like and what you like.
I'm hosting. Look, I'm hosting and I'm trying to build a personal relationship with you. No,
I gotta be out in these YouTube streets with these people. Don't be starting shit.
Right. I'm just joking, sister. Go ahead.
But but when it comes down to it, when you look at who rap is marketed to, it isn't the holistic person who listens to the backpacker rap and then turns the channel and listens to the lyrical person and turns the channel and listens to the gangster shit and then turns the channel. They listen to either one or the other. So when you're a one or the other type of listener, then you get a little bit confused or get a little discouraged when you hear your favorite rapper talk about different things. To me, you got to go super duper left in order for me to be like, nah, I ain't fucking with you no more, But the average person's like, no, I like that gangster shit. I want to hear that gangster shit from that person. That's all they want to hear from them. But everybody can't just be on that gangster shit. People evolve like Kendrick Lamar. And that's what I like about a dude like Kendrick Lamar, who's from Compton, born and raised. You can't take that from him, whether you like it or not. He is from Compton. Just the same as anybody else that's from Compton that has claimed Compton up to this point. And he is not a gangster, and he has no problem with not being a gangster, but he has a story to tell. And people like that because he's being his genuine self. So that's all I'm saying. Just be genuine. So when you switch too much, people don't know who the real you is. You who the real, like Eminem said, I'm Slim Shady. Like, he was so many people so many times. People, like, they couldn't keep up with, like, who is the real. Do you hate your mom? Do you love your mom? Are you in love? Are you getting married? Are you getting divorced today? Like, which one is the real you? So people get a little bit confused, and then they start getting discouraged and they fall off. But fuck them.
Yeah, but me personally, I'm more. I think that duality and someone being able to delve the many facets of their personality actually is what intrigues me more about an artist. I like seeing people able to explore their many sides and the different expressions of someone's shit. Yeah, and so yeah, I think that it's actually necessary, but it's like not what you do, but how you do. You feel me? Like if you go
Agreed.
about it, if you know what I'm saying, if you go about it in a certain way, and then and here's the catch-22 where we're talking about like gangster and street shit. Because as soon as you start, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, so as soon as you start like going like on gangster and street shit, and then you start showing the other sides of yourself. All right, you can show the other sides of yourself, but remember now, you called yourself a gangster and a street dude, so you still got to be on protocol.
Right.
And I think that's what jams up a lot of these people is when they get into the other aspects of their lives. They think that, okay, I'm over here. I don't have to still adhere by these certain principles. And that shit's for life.
Right. Like my favorite artist, talking about going through a transition that I can think of off top would be Ice Cube. Ice Cube didn't go from NWA to. I'm sorry, is he talking, or I'm looking at him on the screen? He look like he's
No,
talking.
you good. No. You
Okay.
got a delay. His mic muted. It's only you. Go ahead.
Ice Cube didn't go from NWA to Jerry Curl dude in Boys in the Hood to the funny dude in Friday overnight. Like he gave it some rest time. He let people like evolve to his maturity in the direction that he was going, and then he went into like the are we there yet and all of that other stuff, and we accept him. No, I don't think anybody's like, oh man, I wish he would go back to Boys in the Hood, or oh man, I wish he would go back to Friday. We like all of it, and he's still able to make really good music. I just went and saw him on tour with Westmore last year, and then again on his own, and he still got a gang of hits, and he's still able to perform his gangster shit, and people like it and accept him. Even though his kids were born in the San Fernando Valley and raised in the valley and went to Taft like him. Now,
Facts. Hilarious. Hey, look, let me ask you this. When was the last time you went to a concert, and what was that concert?
Last time I went to a concert was actually, it was in Vegas. I went to Bruno Mars or Silk Sonic or whatever that shit was.
Oh, how was it? You said whatever that shit was. It doesn't sound too appealing.
Well, my sister dragged me to it, and I liked it. It was good. I like Bruno Mars. I like Anderson .Paak, but I like Bruno Mars better. I would have rather.
I want to see him live by himself.
Himself, exactly. I'd have been singing and screaming my whole throat out.
Or he can bring out Anderson .Paak for the couple joints off that record.
Right. Right.
See a full Bruno Mars show.
It was good. That was the first concert I'd ever gone to where they lock your phone up.
They actually take it from you.
No, they lock it. They give you a little pouch and they lock it. And then on the way out, they unlock it with a little like magnet thing.
Okay, I've heard Beyonce had something like that on her shit, but it's still leaked. So hold up. So they take your phone, put it in a pouch, a magnet goes on it. You cannot open this up.
For nothing in the world, yes.
If you can't open that up.
I don't know how.
Way out, they just tap your phone on the way out.
Yep.
A magnet, and now you can open it up and drop the pouch right here.
Yep, with $50 drinks. at the bar.
Yeah, did they tell you that before? Because a lot of us use our phone as a digital wallet.
Right.
Right. That, you take a loss with that right there. You need to tell people that, hey, you will not be able to have access to your digital wallet on your phone.
Right. You got to have your card with you.
Yeah, you got to have a card, a physical card or some cash.
Right. But it was good. And before that, I went and saw Ice Cube out here in one of our Indian casinos. And he had Dub C MCing. It was pretty good. It was at Spotlight 29 out there in Indio. We have a lot of Indian casinos out here. What was your last concert? When was that?
I went to see Usher in Vegas.
I wanted to go there.
In October, that's when I met Reggie in person, and me and Reggie did an impromptu live. And I kicked it with D Bevel the Champ that weekend. But also I had like I had some, we had some business to take care of. There's a little conference going on. One of my wife's business partners and friends and college roommates like that. It was some real estate shit going on. So we was there for that, for her. And also my wife was there to learn some things. And yeah, we was there to have a good time for the most part. It was Vegas. It's hot as hell. It was hot as hell too. Actually, it won't that hot.
No, I lied. I'm sorry. You know what my last concert was?
It was, what's up?
I went to go see Plies in Vegas. It was 4th of July weekend at I think it's Daylight Club or whatever. It was a pool party club. That's the last one.
Hold up. You said you saw Plies?
Yeah.
You saw him at a bar and lounge where?
It was a pool party at Daylight 26 or whatever it was. It's one of those pool party clubs. 4th of July weekend.
Okay, so 4th of July weekend. All right. Are you planning to go to a concert or anytime soon? And if so, who do you want to see? Like, man, I gotta go see these people before they gone.
I would love to see that Usher one that you went to, but I'm trying to see some fights, man. I'm trying to go to that Garcia Tank imaginary fight.
Oh, you want to go to the imaginary fight? You call it imaginary? Yo, why you call it that? Yeah.
I done got my PTO time ready and everything. These niggas ain't fucking no damn body.
Food Revolution, man. We gonna call Food Revolution, aka shoot at the grassy knoll, or she might be the shooter in the sewer because
that's what I'm trying to see. I'm trying to see these imaginary dragons get it on.
Yo, hey, a lot of people are weird about them, but you know what? I like them white boys. They remind me of the guys who were in
Are you talking about the real group?
Yeah.
Imaginary Dragons. I've heard of the group. I was just using that as euphemism, but I don't know.
I was talking about them. You just calling them Imaginary Dragons, huh?
Yeah. But I've heard of them. I can't remember. I think I like a song by them. I've heard it on the radio or something.
I just like them because they do songs with like Pusha T and JID and shit like that. They
yeah. No, don't get me on no 90s, 80s, 90s rock, soft rock, metal, alternative.
You was out there in Cali where, every white boy who wasn't on, Santa Monica Boulevard.
Actually, I was living from like 89 to 93. I was living up in Beaverton, Oregon, which is the whitest of the white.
Oh yeah, so you was in the heart of grunge.
That's when it was the grunge era was popping off.
The heart of grunge, when grunge was at its grungiest. So everywhere it was a lot of flannel.
Doc Martens and flannels.
Jinko jeans. It was Jinko jeans and goddamn a lot of them pocket chains. It was crazy for you. It was weird.
People won't believe me when I say this. I befriended some skinheads. But they call themselves not skinheads at the time. They call themselves sharps, which was skinheads against racial prejudice. Yeah.
Yeah. I encountered some of them. They're weird. They're weird as hell. But
they're weird. They were friendly. They was giving out their little flyers. Portland, Oregon was kind of like downtown Portland with Nike Town and all that kind of shit. They got, the Trailblazers and all that. It was a different little time. Like their mass transit was way better and way cleaner than probably anything I've ever seen. LA is just barely getting the underground transit within the last maybe 15, 20 years. But they had the max, which is above ground. They can't go underground because of the river and all that kind of shit. Their homeless population was weird. Their acceptance to gay, lesbian, transgender was different. It was just like different up there, man. It's a whole different thing. Like everybody who wasn't accepted for being in an interracial relationship, being gay, being whatever, they were all moving up there to Portland in like the late 60s, early 70s in the hippie area. So
that's how I always understood it. I'm no shout out to the Pacific Northwest. I know it was a crazy culture shock when I got a little taste of it in the 90s, just going out there for a few visits and checkups. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that SeaTac in that Portland area, because I had no idea that there was niggas like that, like this, like
in Northeast Portland.
Like I was like, oh, I'm
they
like
got the Lloyd Center,
yeah. I'm like, yo, this shit is like gully.
Me neither.
What the fuck is this? Like, oh, well, we got a whole little Wakanda out here. Look at this shit. Like, god damn. And then what I also loved about that area was the Pacific Islanders. Because I spent a lot of time in Hawaii.
Yep, they got a lot of Tongans and Samoans. They got a lot of Mormons up there. The Mormons brought him out there.
Yeah. So that whole Tongan, Māori, Samoan, Hawaiian. If you Polynesian, I fuck with you. Shout out to the Pinoys. Shout out to the Chamorros. Southeast Asians. Like I grew up around so many of them motherfuckers. It's so ridiculous. And so it's like when I was in that area, I said, man, look at this shit. It reminded me of Hawaii on the mainland, that Portland, SeaTac area. That's how the culture in Hawaii was. It was like so international.
From San Francisco up, you'll find that. And even like in the South Bay and like San Jose. Like I moved to LA and my friends are like, how do you know how to eat with chopsticks? I'm like, are you for real right now? Like, that's a must. And going into people's house and taking your shoes off and just knowing their cultures. Just knowing different cultures. That's what I like about Cali. You just meet so many different cultures. We got 26 different main languages in California. That's what I like about it. But yeah, how did we get way over here off the hip hop?
No, we vibing. Go ahead.
It's different. And yeah, I kind of want to take some travel nursing assignments so that I can kind of travel and see a little bit more of America, get to know a little bit more about where people come from. That's kind of a thing I like to people watch. But as far as the hip hop when I talk to people in like England, the UK, and like Australia, and these are like, as far as I know, like the whitest of white people that I've ever met. Most of them vibe more with East Coast rap than they do with the West Coast rap. Like they know who NWA is, but they're more like, oh yeah, I like that Mobb Deep. I like that. Like I said, State Property. They like, all of those artists a little bit more. On the West Coast, we vibed more with like Scarface, the Ghetto Boys. I don't know if a lot of people was on T.I. I was on T.I. real heavy for a while. And then Jeezy came in and it's like, okay, whatever, I'm done with it. But we was real hard about, like that Texas rap. Were you guys on that in Atlanta?
I wasn't in Atlanta then, but I've been fucking with that Scarface. I was in North Carolina when Ghetto Boys, My Mind Played Tricks on Me came out.
Right.
And it was major. You know what I'm saying? The niggas who put me on the Master P actually was from some niggas that came from up top, up there in New York. They brought down all the Master P shit. They had like a duffel bag, like
really?
40 CDs. Yes,
from up north,
New York.
Like,
it was New York heavy accent. Them niggas, a couple of them niggas had gold teeth. They was God body, but they was God body niggas though. Like they was the ones that told me it was pork and jello, yellow 5, red 40, all of that. Like, yes, it was them, but they put me on the Master P. They was the
What's
one.
pork and jello?
Clips Getter.
Yeah, pork is the gelatin from like pig hoofs and everything. That's one of the main ingredients in like most Like you to get like your jellos to where like
Yeah.
you really.
Well, what does that have to do with anything? Is what I'm trying to figure out.
Oh, because they was telling me I shouldn't eat pork and all that. They was teaching me.
Oh, there was pork in Jello. I thought you were talking about that was like a thing of pork and Jello. Oh,
Yeah, it was they was teaching like, yo,
Yeah.
you go soda, man, drink a Sprite every now and then. If you want to
bovine
drink
and
soda
porcine.
every now and then, but
Yeah.
don't be drinking all these dyes. They was talking. Go ahead, Clips. You know.
Yeah. Like if you're gonna drink carbonated, liquors, liquids, it's best not to drink it with the dyes and everything. So that's why you see people try to go to the clear sodas and they're trying to push that on you. There's a lot of
heavy. Remember they pushed that heavy at one point in our lives. They was having a clear Coke and a clear Pepsi.
That was
shit
nasty.
That shit did not sell.
This is weird.
Do they still sell vanilla and cherry Cokes and all of that shit?
They sure do. They brought that shit back.
Vanilla wasn't that bad. I ain't gonna lie. I fucked with that vanilla.
Yeah, the vanilla wasn't that bad.
Vanilla was hard with a drink too. With that
Exactly. You put a little splash of that yada in the yada man.
Yeah, yada man, and that yada.
Right?
God dang. You know what I'm saying? That was that little get right juice. It was everything, you know what I'm saying? Everything anybody needs. You know what I'm saying? Get you right where you gotta go. But But as far as what you was talking about, though, yeah, that's the realest shit. We could definitely make that happen. You know what I'm saying? We could definitely make that happen. And actually, Mark, I'm about to put something up in the private chat. But we got here talking about the different cultures and different whatever, just talking about hip hop and regional and what they was fucking with. And I know with me, Texas was something that was really crazy. Like, oh my God. Like I had a couple people whose families, they were from Arlene, Texas and from fucking 3rd Ward, Houston. And I remember living in Arizona, and before we knew anything about No Limit, we called these niggas the soldiers. And it would be these country ass niggas. I mean, we didn't know they was from New Orleans until later, but we would always catch them how, you know, we traveled and we'd be in cities and, you know, my brother and them, they moved at a pretty crazy level. And so you would see these niggas in camouflage, like they ain't wearing like blue bandanas and Dickies or you know what I'm saying, or red bandanas and nothing. These niggas is camoed out, but they're like country niggas. These ain't like East Coast niggas. So I'll never forget being young. It always fucked with me. You know what I'm saying? And they would always be pushing CDs and shit out they trunk. You know what I mean? And so we thought that was the realest shit. And not only these niggas was cool. And so when I came back to Ohio years later and the movement that really grew, I remember really telling these niggas, like when niggas was asking me and I was like, nah. And that's why I always have a love for Master P, was because it was like, yo, I saw that movement. I remember when niggas was, you know what I'm saying, just doing that on some, you know what I'm saying, when niggas was just doing that. I remember being a kid, you know what I'm saying. I remember being a kid, you know what I'm saying, like, oh shit, who are these guys? And having little t-shirts and CDs and shit that they would pass out. It was kind of crazy. You feel what I'm saying? It was kind of crazy to where, wow.
They got that shit from the West Coast from E40.
Right, because he learned from up in Richmond. He was up in Richmond selling records for his uncle.
Mm-hmm.
Right, and it was like,
yeah,
yo,
that whole area, selling shit out the trunk of your car in like Too Short, way back in like the early 80s. That's how they got this shit. Would press up their own shit and just become your own man. And that's what we kind of like Master P for, because we could kind of hear the like West Coast with the ice cream man and all that kind of shit like that. That's the kind of shit we like.
Right. I related to that shit myself, you know what I'm saying? Because like you said, that was more shit along the lines of you know, shit that me and my guys were doing, and you know, and that's why I always say, like, I'm a woo baby. I always tell people I'm a woo baby.
Me too. I would spit the cow the whole album, top to bottom.
Oh yeah. Well, you know what I'm saying? And it was crazy as hell though, you know what I'm saying? It was crazy as hell because, you know, I was around 5% niggas being a military brat, so I understood it. And so I liked it. And then, but when Wu first came out, it was about an 8 to 7 month period. I didn't like him because I swore they bit my style because I'm on the West Coast. So when I'm talking my 5% shit and I'm wearing my camouflage and blah, 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 I'm original. You feel me? Like, you know, this is my thing. And so when I hear about these niggas who's doing that and now they on videos, and it's like, oh, y'all taking my, but it always, that's why I always love the Woo. It showed me that, yeah, the shit works. You know what I'm saying? Like that international style that I eventually grew into, you know what I'm saying? I saw the elements of it. It as I was growing up. And yeah, and we loved, hell shit. Like, man, we love Chicago. We embrace Chicago music.
Yep.
It was our own. That was so crazy. But
I'm gonna learn how to Chicago step one day.
Yeah. I mean, we do our own thing. We do our own little shuffles and things like that up here, up in the O. But hey, on some real shit. Yeah, hey Mark, you mind if I do a little shameless promotion real quick?
Did you read? Yeah. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 quick second though. Give me 1 quick second. I got some comments I gotta read real quick. I got you. Shout out to everybody pulled up, man, because this has been a hell of an episode. Ashley, you know what? I'm gonna skip a lot of these comments, but somebody said the Diary album is fire. I can agree to that. Make some noise for the Diary. Shit is fire. They said it's mega classic. They said you like they said you like freestyle fella. Oh, they talking about Rachel. But go ahead, Clips, you got anything you want to plug and promote? Go ahead.
Oh yeah, man. Shout out to you know what I'm saying, shout out to Neighborhood, shout out to everybody. Yo, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go and do my second session of the Smoke Signals. You know what I'm saying? We're going live, you know what I'm saying? We're going live. We're about to what up?
That's what's up.
We about to get going and shit like that.
Let's do it, Clips. Let's do it. So Clips is about to do the after party, right?
Yeah, we're gonna do the after party, after session. I'm getting everything going. I'm getting my shit going right now. We're actually up and live. Yeah, we actually up and live, and I actually want to keep chopping it up about basically the regionalization of hip hop and how did you first encounter certain styles and certain different.
Ooh, you going in? Clips, you about to go in?
Yeah. We're gonna talk. I'm gonna have this panel.
I'm sorry, wrong button. Here we go.
Small hats.
Oh, you going there with it?
Yeah, he's playing though. You know, I like him.
Drop the link.
Okay, you going live now? I got you. I'm gonna put the link in the chat. So,
cool. Yeah, we got it right now. Yeah. And so you know what I'm saying.
What's the topic again?
My topic is going to be hip hop regionalization and how did people first encounter different styles of hip hop. What was your initial style of hip hop? And when did you first? What was the first subgenres that you first started recognizing?
All right, let's do it, man. I'm over now. I'm gonna be a part of that, but I'm gonna be listening more than I'm talking a lot of times. But I'm gonna jump in and out though, because I got to do some editing. But if your panel get full, I'll definitely jump out. You know what I'm saying, and leave some space for somebody. But salute the Clips. Clips is going live. When you going live, Clip? Let me see.
I'm live right now.
You simulcasting? Let's go.
I'm live right now. Look, I just hit I'm live right now. We in the building. We live right now, and it's up. You know what I'm saying? And we up. So, shout out to the Neighborhood. I'm gonna get out the stream, and I'm gonna get out the stream.
I'll be right over there.
Yeah. We're gonna make it.
Thank you for having me, Mark.
Yeah, you good. You good. I'm gonna drop. No, stay right there. Cause I'm gonna give you the link right here in the private chat.
Oh, for sure.
So when you beam over, you're gonna be right on the panel.
For sure.
All right. So stay right there.
I love everybody, man. Yeah. Hey, love the Mark Nash. Hey, come on over.
Hey, look at I know Boss is saying drop the link like he gonna join the panel. I know Boss, we're gonna drop the link for you to watch.
He ain't gonna join the panel. He just gonna type a whole bunch of greasy shit about Terence Crawford. But it's all good.
It's all love.
Give me that bud, hey. But it's cool. We over here, man. Smoke Signals. Let's put one in the air. Let's go.
Put one in the air, man. Shout out to my boy Clips. The party continues, man. Yeah, I got to slide, man. I got to put together this interview reel, Food Revolution. I got Christy Martin coming on the show next week. That's super fire. We got Franchon Cruz coming to the show next week. We got Rachel Donnell gonna be in the building next week. It's gonna be major. We're doing a women's week in boxing, and we're gonna highlight different aspects of the game that women are truly phenomenal in, and some people probably never even heard of it, or you probably have heard of it, and you're like, hey,
Never heard of
you're like, hey man, I never heard of that. I didn't know you went through that and this, that, and the third. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna have some good conversations. I think the Christy Martin interview is gonna be in the morning, Food Revolution. So that's gonna be different doing the interview in the morning. So it's gonna be super dope. Doing it definitely. We're gonna have a good time doing this Women's Week. I got a matchmaker. So at this point, we got a matchmaker, we got a promoter, we got a Hall of Famer, we have a trainer, we have a manager, all women. You get what I'm saying?
That's what's up.
This shit is gonna be. And I think we're gonna get we're trying to get Christina Pancho on. She says you gotta check our schedule. So, and as you know, Christina Pancho, she's a commentator. So she works in the broadcasting part of it for ESPN. So this is gonna be major for the ladies out there. And I think hopefully some other guys out here follow suit and get these women their flowers and salute them, do a week or so. And I don't want to make this an annual thing. I want to make this something I'll probably do 2-3 months from now. We just build up the next one. Because you know who, if we got Christy Martin up here, you know who we want, who we gotta have up here next, right? Come on now. I gotta get Layla.
That's gonna be dope, man.
I gotta get Layla Ali up here, man. I gotta get Layla Ali. We got Christy Martin. We got Christy Martin. We gotta get Layla Ali up here for the next series, man. You feel me? That's gonna be major. Major. You got anything you want to plug and promote before I let you go, sister?
Yeah. Oops.
You good?
Revolution. Hold on, just Food Revolution. You know the cake bites are coming out. I'm working on the back end of the thing, all the boring stuff, so that you guys can.
The cake pops.
Cake bites.
Cake bites, little tiny.
I'm starting out with the low carb cake bites. They have the cream filling in the middle.
Okay, low carb cake bites. Yeah,
and then I'm gonna add a couple of little desserts, and then I'll move into the meals. So I got that coming, and as soon as I get the website up, I will let you know so that you can drop that, and I will send you your samples.
I'm looking forward to it. I'm gonna unbox it on camera, or if you don't want me to unbox it on camera, I don't have to. But
of course I do.
Unbox it on camera, make that a whole video. Then we're gonna come back. We're gonna do another video, and we're gonna interview you. We're gonna talk about the whole process. How'd you get into this, and what what are your ambitions and goals with this? So I'm super excited about helping you promote that as well.
Thank you so much.
No, thank you. Tell people how they can find you on all platforms again before I let you go.
You can call me on. You can find me on Food Revolution 360 on Instagram, and you can find me on Food Revolution on Twitter. And that's all I'm on right now. I'm a little low key with it.
All right. Now, can you see the button right there to say comments and private chat?
Yeah.
Click that link. It's gonna bring you right on the panel over there with clips, and I'll be right over there. I'm gonna just do a neighbors only roll call, and I'm gonna close this thing on out.
All right. Good night to everyone.
Good night, sister. God bless. Peace. All right, man. That's it for me, man. I put the link out there in the chat. So you guys can go over there and support my guy, that guy Clips. Again, this is his second time going live. You know what I'm saying? Only his second time going live. I think he's super dope. I think he got a lot to offer to the community. And if y'all fuck with the content we doing over here, y'all been rocking with me. Y'all know Clips been over here rocking with me for a while. Shit, man. He out here now, man. He doing his own thing, doing his own content. So go check him out. Let him know Martin Nash from the neighborhood sent you over there, right? So love. Gotta build, man. We gotta build. You know what I'm saying? So let me do this neighbors only roll call, and let's close this thing on out. Take it from the top. Let's take it from the top.
What do you mean by that?
Tar Heel Resin.
What up?
Porto.
What up?
Stephen Bateman in Australia. Mama, we made it.
What up, gangsta?
Food Revolution.
What up?
C. Jones 0224.
What up?
Sweaty Teddy.
What up?
That guy Clips 330.
What up?
KP from KC5.
What up?
Adam Kelly.
What up?
T.
What up?
Matt Wade.
What up?
DJ.
What up?
Karma Serene.
What up?
Kansas City Mac.
What up?
Ill Status Boxing.
What up?
Ace Retro.
What up?
Tank the Sweet Science Examiner.
What up?
Beyond and Above Media.
What up?
Pittsburgh T.
What up?
SF City Slicker.
What up?
I Know Boxing.
What up?
Boxing Lounge.
What up?
It's Mex.
What up?
Mike from Boston.
What up?
Rod of the Storm, Here to There, Miss Queen Sunkissed, Taylor Bell, Maddie Yoel, Cliff Bailey, Con Shonery, Lisa Bells, Cooking with the Champ, on the mic with Terrence Bailey Sr. True Media Today, USA Boxing. That's my guy, Coach Malachi Williams.
What up, gangsta?
HLD.
What up?
Cooking with Sir Senior. Brandon Washington. Born Supreme. Lady Shan Dundem Season. Dub Right Side. D Bevel the Champ. And of course, the big fish himself, my good brother, Derek Lincoln.
What up, gangsta?
Yeah, man, I got to put together this interview package, man. I got to chop up a bunch of my interviews and kind of make them a reel. So hope you guys like that. I'll release it on YouTube as well, but I got to make this director's reel, basically, of my interviews. So I'm going to chop up the Stitch Duran joint, David Benavidez, Luis Arias, Bozianas, Stitch Duran, like even the new ones with Hank Lundy, Ivan Redcatch. Like, I need to make a quick, I need to keep it probably like under a certain time, but I need to show me doing my thing, asking the questions and getting some good answers. So should be fun, but it's a process. So in the meantime, in between time, man, y'all go over there and check out my boy, that guy Eclipse and the Smoke Signals. He's live right now. Got Food Revolution on the panel. As soon as I end this shit, I'm gonna jump right on the panel. I'm gonna go over there and talk some shit with him. We're gonna have a good time and keep this damn party going. So if y'all fuck with me, go fuck with my boy Eclipse, man. I'm gonna drop the link out here again. Let me see. Boom, boom, boom. Can I do it? Oh. Go over there and support him. Like I said, it's only his second time going live. So a lot of you guys are always nervous and scared about going live and being seen on camera and doing your thing. Like, use that as a launching pad and, to get over your fears, because I'm sure he's probably nervous. It's only his second time going live, and Ashley has to be the one to host and control the whole shit. So y'all go support him. With that said, man, always remember, man, drinks require sleep, goals require effort. You can get that hoodie, that t-shirt, that tank top, coffee mug in the description block of this and every video. It's your man Martin Nash, another great episode of Breaking Beats, where we break down business, entertainment, art, technology, sports, and anything else you and I feel like talking about. It's a hip-hop political sports show with a comedy twist. We like to let the jokes fly, because life is serious enough. All right, man. Hey, look, sometimes we're going to agree. Sometimes we're going to disagree. But at the end of the day, my Cash App is at the bottom of the screen. If you want to send me some money so I can give me some weed, I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? I'll put you up on the community tab and tell everybody thank you. I ain't going to tell them how much you sent, though, but I'll be like, shout out to Patricia Shelton for the weed money. Appreciate you. No doubt, no doubt. All right, man. Now let's close it out. Hey, look, sometimes we're going to argue. Sometimes we're going to disagree. We're going to scream and yell. But one thing for certain, two things for sure, homeboy. Never forget this.
I built this shit. Me. Brick by brick. And I'll be damned if I let you tear it down just because you don't like the way another nigga talk.
He said, Mark, why is Mark cutting it off early? You didn't hear nothing I said, bro? What the hell? That's why I'm cutting it off early. Because you ain't even listen. I got to put together a director's reel of my interviews for other people who want to do an interview with me. Somebody asked me for a direct. I said that a couple episodes ago, and I just said it again, Heplo. I was like, yo, I got to put together a reel of my interviews. So I got to chop up a lot of these interviews. So yeah. All right. But it is what it is. And I said, yeah, damn, Hap, you ain't even listen, man. Y'all go over there and check out Smoke Signals. I'm going to be over there. I'm going to fuck with y'all too. Love y'all. It's your man Martin Nash. Another great episode of Breaking Beats. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.
This that squad sound.
This is it, man.
Yeah, man, I've been late starting these shits for months, yo. I've been late for months. Y'all make sure y'all subscribe to the backup channel, Martin Nash Live, as well. All right, I'll see y'all over there at Smoke Signals. It's your man Nash, Breaking Beats. Peace.